it, and you could win $5,000. It's free and open to babies 3 to 48 months. But hurry, contest ends June 25th. Go to WGNAmerica.com now.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
Field on a beautiful mid-June night. Actually getting close to the official start of the summer, but we've already gotten into the summer months, and this should be a fun one tonight as the Cubs try to even up the series against the Oakland A's after dropping the opener last night. We welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. Hi again, everyone. Bob Brendley and Len Casper with you. The Cubs are in desperate need of a win. They've lost 5 consecutive series, so they need to win tonight and tomorrow. And, Bob, we're going to talk about 2 of the hottest hitters in baseball.
Well, no question about it. These 2 guys are 2 of the hottest, one in the American League, one in the National League. They're hooked up in interleague play here at Wrigley this week. Kevin Kuzmanoff leading the majors in hits. In the month of June, he's had 3 3-hit games in his last 4, and Marlon Byrd just keeps tooling along for the Cubs. Thank goodness he's hitting.
Last night was not a good night for the Cubs. Defensively, a really rough one. They made 4 errors, but the offense a little bit better, and that's what Lou definitely wants to see more of. Now, the pitching matchup tonight, the Cubs are going to see a left-hander the next several days, starting with Gio Gonzalez for the A's.
And he's pretty good. A cool customer, really tough on left-handers. Lou's loaded his lineup full of right-handed hitters again tonight. You see what Gonzalez has done on the road this season. And Ryan Dempster been very good here at Wrigley Field, the 197 opponent's batting average. Both these guys coming off, for them, very short outings.
And Dempster's been an innings eater. He is in the top 10 in the National League in innings pitched, and got a little inspiration. The Canadian-born Dempster from the Stanley Cup champs. The Blackhawks were here on Sunday. We'll hope Demp can carry that into tonight's start. Coming up.
Hey, check this out.
Whoa, no way.
Man, I hope I get this.
But I saw it first.
You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
If it means I must prepare.
Only Sears has all the toys to let Dad be a kid again.
For you, Dad.
Oh, no way. Save on all Craftsman tools over $99 for Dad. Plus, get him a 32-inch RCA LCD TV, only $329.99. Sears, life well spent.
So word's getting out that Geico can help people save in even more ways. On motorcycle insurance, RV, camper, boat insurance. Nice work, everyone.
Well, it's easy for him. He's a cute little lizard. Gecko, actually. With all due respect, if I was tiny and green and had a British accent, I'd have more folks paying attention to me, too. I mean, save money. Pip-pip cheerio.
British? I thought you were Australian.
Well, it's funny you should ask, because actually, I'm from...
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
COPD doesn't just make it hard to breathe. It makes it hard to do a lot of things. I'm a guy who likes to go exploring, get my hands dirty, and try new things. So I asked my doctor if Spiriva could help me breathe better.
Spiriva is the only once-daily inhaled maintenance treatment for both forms of COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema.
Spiriva keeps my airways open to help me breathe better for a full 24 hours. And it's not a steroid.
Spiriva does not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms. Stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor right away if your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, have vision changes or eye pain, or have problems passing urine. Tell your doctor if you have glaucoma, problems passing urine, or an enlarged prostate, as these may worsen with Spiriva. Also discuss the medicines you take, even eye drops. Side effects include dry mouth, constipation, and trouble passing urine.
I'm glad I'm taking Spiriva every day, because breathing better is just better.
Ask your doctor if once daily Spiriva is right for you.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. By Pepsi. Every Pepsi refreshes the world. Submit your idea at refresheverything.com. And by Illinois Lottery's newest game, Powerball Wednesday and Saturday jackpot start at $20 million. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. Elio Benitez and Hector Fabregas will have the call in Spanish tonight. Quickly get into Bob Guerin's A's lineup. They come in right at 500, 4 games out in the AL West. Connor Jackson, acquired yesterday, is going to lead it off. Barton, Sweeney, Kuzminoff in the middle, with Suzuki catching, Jack Custon right. Chicago native Adam Rosales at short, Mark Ellis at second, and Gio Gonzalez, the pitcher, hitting ninth. And we're underway. 1 ball, no strikes on Connor Jackson. He was acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday, flew in from Boston and got into the game late here and went 0 for 1.
Len, you called Ryan Dempster an inning eater. 89 innings pitched this year, surrendered only 71 base hits to go along with 82 strikeouts. Mentioned as that ball's looped into shallow right field, that's going to drop for a base hit behind Derek Lee. Jackson takes a big turn at first, but can't advance any further. Well, the defense has already had to work a little bit here in the first inning. Let's check out how the Cubs take the field defensively behind Ryan Dempster. Brought to you by Pepsi. Every Pepsi refreshes the world. Soriano, Bird, and Nady across the outfield tonight. Baker, Castro, Terrio, and Lee across the infield. Giovanni Soto back in the lineup tonight, and he'll be receiving pitches from Ryan Dempster. Jeff Baker and Chad Tracy kind of evolving into a straight platoon down there at third base. And with the left-hander Gio Gonzalez going for the A's tonight, Lou has loaded up his lineup with right-handed hitters.
So the A's, who scored 9 runs on 13 hits last night, have the leadoff man on here in the first. And it's Derek Barton who takes it outside, ball 1. Now, we talked last night, if Rajai Davis were at first, Barton would take a couple of pitches most likely and try to give Davis a chance to steal second. A little bit different with Connor Jackson, who was 4 for 5 in the stolen base department with the Diamondbacks. Barton is not afraid to lay down a sac bunt.
Now, Connor Jackson, not your prototypical leadoff hitters. You get a look at tonight's umpiring crew. Greg Gibson behind the plate, Brian Knight, Jerry Davis, the crew chief, and Sam Holbrook down at third base. Connor Jackson, not your prototypical leadoff hitter. He's filled that spot in the lineup 15 times in his career, 13 of them this season. Actually 14 now with the start tonight for the A's. He's hit everywhere up and down the lineup in his career, most often in the number 4 spot.
Runner goes, and a base hit bounced into right behind Jackson, who will head on over to third. This is a National League type lineup. They don't hit a lot of home runs. They're very efficient in the stolen base department. They do lay down sac bunts, and a nice hit and run here.
Yeah, perfectly executed with Derek Lee holding on the runner. Ryan Terrio cheating just a little bit up the middle of the field, anticipating a possible double play, and Barton just rolled it through that hole on the right side. Yeah, this is a team, we were talking about it off the air, Len, last night when they had runners in scoring position. You could physically see some of their hitters really shorten up just to make solid contact and put the ball in play. Not a home run hitting team.
Ryan Sweeney is in center tonight. He was in right last night, but Cust is in right. Davis out of the lineup. Jackson, he's in left. Called strike on a fastball, making it 1-1. A lot of fans still filing in. The kick and the pitch. A slicing fly ball down the left field line, and that'll get out of play. And time now for our Chrysler game forecast. Very comfortable. 73 degrees. Slight breeze out of the east. Brought to you by Chrysler. For more information on our vehicle lineup, log on to Chrysler.com or stop by your Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Chrysler dealer today.
Well, the wind has turned around since batting practice. Batting practice, the wind was blowing out to left field. It's turned around and blowing straight in from right now. Not very hard, though.
High fly ball to center. Bird trying to get behind the ball as Jackson tagging. And the throw goes to second, cut off by Ryan Theriot. And the A's are on the board, 1-0 on the Ryan Sweeney sacrifice fly. Now Kevin Kuzminoff in the middle of a pretty hot streak. Probably the best of his career. It's the longest hitting streak of his career at 15 games. We talked about his June numbers. And he's had some success against Ryan Dempster.
He's had more at-bats than any other A against Ryan Dempster because of his time in San Diego. He's 4 for 8 with 4 singles. You see what he's done during his 15-game hitting streak.
That includes 3 hits last night. Two balls, no strikes. Dempster facing the A's for the first time. Same goes for Gio Gonzalez. And he takes the ball against the Cubs in the bottom of the first.
I mentioned in the open of the show, both the starting pitchers coming off for them what is a short outing, 5 1/3 innings. Dempster walked 5 against the Brewers in his 5 1/3, and Gonzalez walked 4 in his 5 1/3 against the Giants.
The first time all year Demp hasn't gone 6 innings. Working on an extra day of rest tonight. And that'll be foul just wide of third. Boy, like night and day. Weather-wise, we had an hour 41-minute delay on an extremely sticky and humid night last night. But it is picture perfect here tonight.
Getting a little late afternoon sun peeking through the third base side of the field. Really shouldn't affect anybody other than possibly Xavier Nady out there in right field. And at some point the first basemen are going to have issues with pickoff throws from the mound as that sun drops further into the west.
Yeah, it tends to creep through the grandstand between the lower and the upper deck. But nothing like Jerry Park in Montreal. Never saw a game there, but apparently in the first inning for night games, the first baseman just couldn't see. I think they had sun delays because the sun was so bad. The angle of the sun was right behind third base.
Never had that happen in the big leagues, but I did have it happen in the minor leagues a couple different places. Bakersfield, California, the way the field was configured, the sun went down behind the center field fence. So they would have to stop the game, you know, for 15-20 minutes until the sun finally went down. The batter could get back in the box. That's the first time I ever saw a catcher wear his mask backwards, or actually his helmet backwards with the bill pointing forward to try to shield his eyes.
Kuzminoff takes the walk. So 2 on for Kurt Suzuki. What, did the sun set in the north when they were configuring the park just for one day?
I'm not sure what happened there, but it was a difficult situation to say the least, especially for the catchers. It's always tough on the catchers. They never think about the catcher.
Here's Kurt Suzuki, 1 for 4 with a walk and a run last night in his return from the bereavement list. He missed the A's 3-game weekend set at San Francisco. Does not like to take time off.
I think his theory is, you're paying me to play, I'm going to play.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, he has an ally in his manager, Bob Guerin, former big league catcher. Although that works both ways. I think Guerin, now that he's in the dugout, understands that catchers can't play every single day. So I'm sure he's had a few meetings with Suzuki. He's had to try to talk his way into the lineup after playing for a week straight.
And I really think there's something to be said for having an everyday catcher. Very few teams have that luxury of a guy that you can run back there behind the plate for 135 or 140 games a year. I think it lends some consistency to the pitching staff when you have that same guy behind the plate every day.
Just off the outside corner. And it's 2-2. Bob Guerin actually played for Lou Piniella for part of the 1988 season with the New York Yankees. And Suzuki just able to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Pretty good emergency swing right there. That pitch was too close to take, but not really good enough to hit. A very late swing by Suzuki, able to stay alive, just got a piece of it.
Three and 2 on Suzuki. The A's won last night, scored 9 times without the benefit of a home run, and that is not a rarity for this team. That guy likes to hit homers. He hasn't hit many, only 2 since coming up. But he's one of the few guys who does hit the ball out of the park. Jack Cusk. Runners go on the 3-2 bounce back to Dempster. They get 1, they get 2. It goes 1 to 4 to 3 to end the inning. The A's get 1. The Cubs are coming up.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with a beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Free HD on dish in 5, 4. Unbelievable. You flipped the switch too soon. Free HD.
We have a pretty big family, and Olive Garden is one of the few places we can take them where everyone's happy.
Try our new Crest Belly dishes. Italian crepes stuffed with 5 cheeses with chicken and garlic cream sauce or with grilled Italian sausage, starting at just $10.95 at Olive Garden.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Bye-bye. Hey, just got off the phone with a sweet gal, fender bender. Think I got her to a good place.
Oh, then you'll love this. Online repair monitoring. After an accident, Esurance customers can get daily updates with photos of their car repairs in progress.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
That's really great.
Thanks.
I mean, really great.
Chad, I don't want to talk about feelings.
Sure you do.
Go to esurance.com or call today.
Now Lou Piniella's Pepsi lineup for tonight's game against the A's, brought to you by Pepsi. Every Pepsi refreshes the world. Terrio, Baker, Bird, Marlin with a lot of at-bats against the A's. A former Ranger, Derek Lee, has hit well against the A's, even though he had an 0 for last night. Nady in right, Soriano in left. Giovanni Soto getting the start behind the plate with the rookie Castro at short and the pitcher Dempster hitting ninth.
Quick look at the A's defensively tonight. The recently acquired Connor Jackson in left field. Ryan Sweeney in center. Jack Cust over in right field. Kevin Kuzmanoff at third base. Adam Rosales, a local product, at shortstop. Mark Ellis at second base. Derek Martin over at first. Kurt Suzuki doing the catching tonight for left-hander Gio Gonzalez. Get a look at the numbers for Gio Gonzalez. Real good fastball that sits in the low 90s with some tailing action away from the right-handed hitters. An outstanding curveball and an occasional straight changeup.
And that changeup might be a key pitch for him tonight against all these right-handers. And he will pitch in with that heater. Caught the inside corner. 1-1. He faces the Cubs for the first time. Been hearing about him for a long time because he was a White Sox farmhand. He's only 24 years old. He was taken by the Sox in the 04 draft. Sweeney the catch, Terrio out. You can communicate with us via email at LennonBob@Tribune.com and follow us at Twitter.com/LennonBob as well. Here's Jeff Baker in a platoon at third with Chad Tracy, and the Cubs facing a bunch of left-handed starters coming up. Jeff's going to probably see a lot of action. Dallas Braden tomorrow, Scott Kazmir of the Angels on Friday, and then Joe Saunders on Sunday. All lefties. The Cubs have won 6 of their last 7 against left-handed starters. And that, Bob, is the way we thought it should be. They've had their struggles the last couple of years. This has been a right-handed dominant lineup for a while.
Yeah, the kind of lineup you would think would just beat on left-handed pitching, but that has not been the case over the last couple of years. Good night to turn that around.
Baker pops it up. Barton comes over near the A's bullpen, and it'll land about 4 or 5 rows up. There's a little more foul territory in Barton's home ballpark in Oakland.
He'd still be running.
That has to help a pitching staff immensely. That probably would have been an out at the Coliseum.
I'm pretty sure there are stats somewhere to back it up, but I would venture to guess there are more foul ball outs in that ballpark than any other park in the major leagues.
The 5-11 lefty deals, and Baker taps it foul. Marlon Byrd on deck. The A's got a run in the top of the first. 2-2 to Baker. Another pop up. This one's going to be playable for Jack Cust.
Hey fans, watch the Cubs take on the A's tomorrow right here at Wrigley Field. Game time is 1:20, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will receive an exclusive limited edition Ryan Terrio bobblehead doll, compliments of Juicy Fruit. Good to see Ryan's got his life jacket on in that boat.
Always a good idea.
Yep.
And that might be, unfortunately, an apt analogy when talking about this Cubs team right now. Lou was asked, you know, we're in mid-June, you got to put a big string together, and he agreed. It's not late in the year, including tonight, Bob, 98 games to go, but this team has not put together a prolonged streak of consistently good baseball. And we've said it a lot. The Reds and Cardinals have just been okay lately. A broken bat grounder, and Bird is out. Cubs could be 12 or 13 out. Right now they're 7.5 back in the division. 1-0 A's after 1.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
No, not now. Come on, please.
Oh, great.
Nothing's worse than a dead battery. And nothing's more reliable than a Duralast battery. Engineered to start day in and day out, even under the most extreme conditions. Duralast, proven tough, only at AutoZone.
Yes.
The affordable Nikon D3000 with guide mode, so it's easier than ever to capture a moving moment, an extra large LCD, and an interchangeable macro lens for stunning images.
Got the shot. Very good.
The ultra compact Nikon D3000 and the high performance D300S with HD movie.
Pizza holdout Charlie Thomas still hasn't tried Domino's new pizza. That ends today. Domino's Pizza.
Now get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each. Know a holdout? Tell us at pizzaholdouts.com and you could win free pizza for a year.
I love it.
Jack Cust takes a fastball outside. As we start the second, the lights are on. Not close to dusk just yet. One and one. Well, Bob Guerin finding a way to get Cust in there even without the DH. It gets a little tricky for an American League manager to keep everybody happy, especially now they have Connor Jackson to add to that outfield mix. Is it a bigger disadvantage for an American League team in an NL park with pitchers who normally don't hit, or a National League team that does not carry a DH in an American League park? Discuss.
Talk amongst yourselves. I think the numbers would say it's been a bigger disadvantage for the National League teams. Some managers try to use the designated hitter in interleague play to give some of their regulars a half a day off by DHing them rather than playing a defensive position. Occasionally you'll have a logical candidate off your bench, a guy that needs some at-bats. That usually is a pinch hitter late in the ball game, but I don't know if there's an easy answer for that as far as National League teams and who to use as the DH. I definitely think the American League has issues with their pitchers at the plate and on the bases.
Not a big surprise. Cust in a 3-2 count. He walked twice last night. And a swing and a miss. Also not a big surprise. He struck out. Let's meet tonight's Walgreens Celebrity Bat Kids. Sarah Kinzer from Libertyville, Illinois, and Kevin Kuykendall from St. Charles. For more info on how you can be a Walgreens Celebrity Bat Kid, go to WGNradio.com. Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs. Adam Rosales, Chicago native, at Maine High School in Park Ridge, former Cincinnati Red.
A lot of friends and family here before the ball game today. I've never seen so many Rosales jerseys in one place in my life.
Well, he plays everywhere. He has started now 14 of the A's last 25 games at 5 different spots. All the infield positions, and has also made a couple of starts in left. A lot of moving parts in that batter's box. A 1-2 ground ball. Baker spins, and a nice strike to Derek Lee for the out.
Rosales, I think you could say, without stretching it too much, the poor man's Ben Zobrist. That's become quite a trendy thing, especially in the American League. That super utility player that you can put anywhere on the field. He swings a good bat, better than average runner. You love to have a guy like that on your roster.
Ball 1 to Mark Ellis. Couple of hits, an RBI, and a run in the opener. They spread it around last night. In the hole at short, backhanded by Castro, and the throw is going to be late. Just couldn't get anything on it.
Hard ground ball that chases Castro over into the hole. With his throwing arm, he may have had enough time to set his feet and try to make a better throw on Mark Ellis, but you know, not knowing the American League teams, not knowing the Oakland A's as well as Castro knows some of the National League teams he's played against, he thought he had to rush his throw with Mark Ellis and spiked it into the grass.
We've got a little Randy Johnson action here. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. A little surprised he doesn't have a big guard on his pitching elbow. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout on Friday against the Giants. His first plate appearances in the majors. 1-2.
Well, I'll say this for Gonzalez. He stands closer to the plate than most pitchers do who aren't accustomed to hitting. Usually they try to get as far off of that plate as they can.
Called strike 3 to end the inning. 2 Ks in the frame for Dempster. Early on, 1-0 Oakland.
America has some amazing dives, and we're going to take off in the plane, check out a bunch of them. The places, the vibe, food. Join us, the crew of Skydives, as we fly into the heart of America to see and taste the country's most amazing food. If you have a favorite food joint, cool. Log in to WGNAmerica.com. Tell us about it.
From Wagner comes a revolution in power painting. Optimus dual tip technology. With a more refined spray pattern here, this dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. All of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. And now available at True Value. Get Wagner's latest high-performance power painters with Optimus dual tip technology.
We gave the world free HD! When we get back, we're gonna have a hero's welcome for flipping that switch. You really think so? Yeah! We just made history, Bernie. Really? Yeah! There's probably parties in the streets, people singing, dancing. I love the astronauts flying in space, giving me free HD, oh yeah. Yeah. Why don't I do the singing?
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
White Sox Pirates, Thursday, 7 East, 4 West on WGN America.
A lot of boats out on the lake on this beautiful Wednesday evening. 1-0 Oakland. They got their run in the first. Cubs went in order against left-hander Gio Gonzalez, who works to Derek Lee. Rough night for Derek last night. For the first time in his major league career, he made 2 errors in 1 inning, and he faced the music after the game. Quote in the Trib this morning, quote, "Tonight, not a big league game. We played like a single A team. I set the tone. Tonight's on me." And I tell you, he gets the benefit of the doubt with his defense.
Oh, absolutely. He has saved so many errors over his tenure here in Chicago. I think he's entitled to a little wiggle room on an occasional bad night.
That's deep to left. It's hooking, and it's gone. Back of the bleachers for Derek Lee, number 301 in his major league career, and that ties the game. Well, you'd like to see that. He turned on it, and he crushed it.
Watching Derek Lee take batting practice before the ball game today, there was some anger in his swings, even in batting practice. Really driving the bat through the hitting zone. That ball down and in off of the plate. He's able to keep it fair down the left field line. A screaming liner inside the foul pole.
Now Xavier Nady called strike. Well, that had to feel good. He is now 13 for 24 in his career against the A's. Need to play the A's more often. Nady bounces to Rosales, who throws him out. Let's check out our AT&T Uverse replay. Derek Lee and Alfonso Soriano both recently hitting their 300th career home runs, and the Cubs presenting them each with a nice memento. Cubs owner Laura Ricketts and team president Crane Kenny. Nice ceremony on the field before the game. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T. Rethink possible. We've seen a lot of trophies here at the ballpark over the last week. That was a nice gesture.
Everyone but the one we'd really like to see here at the ballpark.
3-0 on Soriano. The Stanley Cup made another appearance last night on the rooftops across the street.
Yeah, late in the ball game last night, we saw a large number of the fans in the right field bleachers turn around and sprint to the back of the bleachers. Usually that means there's a fight out on Sheffield Avenue, but we found out later that the Stanley Cup was on a rooftop across the street.
3-1. Soriano leans in. You can almost see his entire surname as he turns his back toward the pitcher. He takes ball 4.
Hey, Lynn, a big day today. Good friend of ours, Ryan Dominic Grant, celebrating his first birthday. He was a Cub fan at birth. Janine and Dan, the parents, also big brother Dan, want to wish Ryan Dominic Grant a happy first birthday.
Giovanni Soto with 1 on and 1 out. Breaking ball, missing, ball 1.
Also Grandpa Dominic. He had his share of cake today, I'm sure.
That is a strike. I want to say hi to Rob watching in St. Petersburg on WGN America, following us on Twitter. Down to the left center for a base hit. Soriano is going to try to get to third, and a slip by Sweeney. An excellent decision by Soriano, and Soto also getting an extra base as Sweeney lost his footing out in left center. They give up a little defense with Davis not in center, and Sweeney out there has chronic knee soreness, and his knees must have given out here.
He got over that ball in pretty good shape and just lost his footing there with his left foot. Remember, this field took a lot of rain yesterday. Looks to be in great condition here tonight, but nice aggressive running by Soriano to go first to third on a base hit to center. And Giovanni Soto, when he saw Sweeney fall down, also advanced another 90 feet.
And he's credited with a double as Castro takes a strike. Corner men in, back up to middle. And obviously this is the key at bat in this inning. The pitcher Dempster is on deck. You want to get at least 1 in here and grab the lead. Just missed the outside edge.
He's playing their middle infielders back, trying to avoid the big inning. All it would take is a ground ball that doesn't go right back to the pitcher's mound. Keep it away from the corners of the field. Try to hit it back to the big part.
That's a good breaking ball to make it 1-2 on Castro. Cubs with some extra hitting for the second straight day. About 4 hours before game time, and some defensive work as well. It's a process. Starlin Castro working with Alan Trammell, and they did talk about that cutoff play last night that you talked about. Tyler Colvin charged with an error on a throw that had to be cut off by somebody, and it was not, and that allowed Cliff Pennington on a triple to score on the same play. The kick in the 1-2. Base hit. Soriano is in. Soto's going to be sent. Jackson up with it. Throw to the plate. They're going to get him. I think Mike Quaddy knew that it was a risky play, but remember, Ryan Dempster's coming up, so he took a chance.
Connor Jackson very deliberate unloading that ball out in left field. I thought Gio might have a chance to sneak around the corner and score, but Connor Jackson's throw on a hop right to Kurt Suzuki, blocking home plate from Gio Soto.
I don't have a problem with that send, Bob. I mean, you're struggling to score runs. The odds of Dempster getting a hit are not great. You still have to make a throw.
Absolutely. Yeah. Put the pressure on the defense. Force them to make a perfect throw to get you out. And unfortunately, that time Connor Jackson did make a perfect throw to the plate.
So the Cubs lead 2-1. Taking all the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the question for a third base coach is not always, do I think he can score? There's a sliding scale based on where you are in the lineup, what the score is. You have to put that all in your mental computer and make a call.
And obviously way too early in the game to think about this, but also is there a chance Lou will pinch hit for the pitcher spot? In that case, I would imagine Mike Quaddy probably holds the runner.
Absolutely. If we were later in the game. Swing and a miss to end the inning. Cubs get 2 and lead.
Hi, it's Rick Dees here, and be sure to catch Out of Sight Retro Night Sunday right here on WGN America. Make it #1 on your countdown.
It can happen anytime, when you least expect it. A regular moment can become romantic. And when it does, men with erectile dysfunction can be more confident in their ability to be ready with Cialis. With 2 clinically proven dosing options, you can choose the moment that's right for you and your partner. 36-hour Cialis and Cialis for daily use. Cialis for daily use is a low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment's right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity.
Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure.
Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Ask your doctor if Cialis is right for you. You can be ready for your moment with Cialis.
Got to measure twice.
Hey, what's up? It's your TV. I unplugged your cable to show you something that'll blow your mind. DirecTV. With DirecTV, you can watch all your games at once. Watch basketball, hockey, tennis, whatever, all at the same time. 8 screens on your TV. It's like being at a sports bar, but you're not. You're on the couch, at home, in your tighties. Nice. Give them a call and check out that deal. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the Thirst Inning. Let's check out the crowd through the Thirst Inning fan cam and see who's enjoying the game.
Hey, baby, you're driving me crazy. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You have me suicidal when you say it's over. Damn, all these beautiful girls, they only wanna do you dirt. They'll have you suicidal when they say it's over. It was back in
Beautiful Girl by Sean Kingston. Budweiser, it's what we do.
Connor Jackson taking a strike. The Cubs getting 2. Derek Lee with a leadoff homer, and then later Starlin Castro with an RBI single. So Connor Jackson flies in from Boston yesterday after being acquired for a minor league pitcher. And I'm sure he's very anxious to get to the park. Lands at, I believe it was O'Hare at 5:30, but there was no open gate because of the weather. So everyone sat on the plane for almost 2 hours.
Oh, jeez.
He had to be dying. Finally got to Wrigley about 20 minutes before the first pitch, which ended up being around 8:45. And he plopped himself down right next to his new manager. He likes Wrigley Field. He's had a lot of success here and against the Cubs. 333 against the Cubs, and there you see over 300 at Wrigley. A full count on him with Barton on deck. Ball 4, so he's been on both times. Valley fever cost him most of last season. Now I know you're not a doctor, but sometimes I ask you to play one on TV. What are the symptoms of Valley fever? I read that he had trouble getting out of bed for a lot of the summer last year.
Yeah, I mean, you lose your appetite, you run a fever, obviously, achy all over. And apparently it's from a spore that is released, like a new construction goes in and they dig up the earth, and these spores are released into the air. When people breathe them in, they can develop that Valley fever. It's a very debilitating disease. It put Connor Jackson on his back for a long time. I think Derek Lee just went to the mound to alert Ryan Dempster that, hey, a little visibility problem over here at first base.
Now this should only last a few minutes, but not the time Derek wanted to have to deal with this.
Well, you know, not only getting pickoff throws from the mound, but you could see Derek holding up his glove, trying to shield his eyes, the bright sunlight in his face, and then he bounces off the base and has to look at home plate, and you know, your eyes have to have a moment to adjust. It's got to be especially tough.
And a fly ball out into left center. Soriano going after it. He will get there. And Jackson has to head back to first. Don't forget to check out our WGN baseball blog on WGNTV.com. I have a post about Sunday's near double no-no in the Stanley Cup here at Wrigley. We have video from Ron Santos' golf outing benefiting JDRF. That was on the off-day Monday. Game notes from stats and much more. Once again, it's WGNTV.com. Well, with that in mind, Bob, why doesn't Jackson take a bigger lead and take more chances over at first and force a throw?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think if Jackson were a little more secure in his quickness, taking a big lead off first base, you might see him try to do that. You know, a more prototypical leadoff hitter, a guy who looks for every possible edge in stealing a base, might consider that, take a huge lead off and try to force Ryan Dempster to throw over there. Looks like what he's doing right there, jumping around.
Sweeney able to hold up.
We talk a lot about Ryan Dempster's arsenal of pitches and how on a given night one may be working better than another. His last time out he had a real good slider. His split was a little bit inconsistent. Tonight it looks like that slider is backing up on him. I've seen him throw at least a couple of them that have gone the wrong direction.
And Jackson will get second on a wild one from Dempster.
You know, when I say a slider goes the wrong direction, it doesn't really break opposite of what it normally does. It just doesn't break the way it's supposed to. As a catcher and even as an umpire and a hitter, when you see the rotation on the baseball as it's coming up to the plate, you expect it to do a certain thing. And when it doesn't do that thing, it gives the illusion that the ball's going the other direction. That's why they call it a backup slider. It doesn't really back up. It just doesn't take the break the way it's supposed to.
Just missed inside, and it's 3-1. He has a base open, but Kuzminoff, their hottest hitter, is on deck. Swing and a miss.
Good tailing fastball underneath the bat of Sweeney that time.
Popped into short center. Bird coming in, and he can't get it, but he sold it very well. And Connor Jackson, I think, is kicking himself for not heading to third, but I thought he was going to catch it. And he makes so many diving catches, you assume that Marlin's going to get it.
Yeah, you come to expect Marlin to catch everything hit out there in shallow center field. You can see how deep he started on that play. The ball was not hit very hard. And Marlin had to hold up and play it on a hop, but Jackson had to hold up at second base as well.
Pretty rare that a base hit does not advance a runner, but that's the case. And here is Kuzminoff.
0 for 1 with a runner in scoring position.
Actually, it's a 1 for 1.
Oh, yeah, you're
without
right.
a run scoring.
Without a run scoring, yeah.
Which you mentioned the other night.
Yeah, Kuzminoff is the hottest hitter on this A's team right now, but he also leads the ball club grounding into double plays, which is exactly what Ryan Dempster's looking for here. He's bounced into 8 double plays this season.
We got Kuzminoff from San Diego in January. As pitcher and catcher discuss things. This is the second series ever between these two teams in the regular season. Cubs won 2 of 3 in a set back in 2004 here at Wrigley. They've never played at the Coliseum. Cubs have never played at Fenway Park in the regular season. I would expect that to change over the next couple of years.
Well, Fenway Park I would look forward to. Not so much a Coliseum.
They have played twice in the World Series as Kuzminoff chased strike 3. The Cubs and the Philadelphia A's matched up in 1910 and 1929, with the A's winning each series in 5 games. Big strikeout for Demp.
A better slider that time. Really buried it in the dirt out there with a 2-strike count. Started it toward the outside corner and broke it down in the dirt in that left-handed batter's box.
What can you tell me about the 29 series?
It was a battle.
We do have one really interesting A's Cubs connection. Billy Williams started with the Cubs, finished with the A's, and a nice pick by Jeff Baker. They'll get the out at second. Billy turned 72 yesterday. Happy birthday to the Hall of Famer. 2-1 Cubs.
That we was gonna see each other.
There have been many versions of the social greeting. The fist bump has been thrust into and out of vogue. The low 5 was cool for a while. The chest bump had its day, as did the outlaw, the forearm grab.
Hey, check this out. Whoa, no way. Man, I hope I get this. But I saw it first. You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria.
I was left for dead, but something brought me back.
Jonah Hex.
Now I can do things I can't explain.
Time now to look at our PNC Cubs achiever. Speaking of sweet swinging Billy Williams, a Hall of Famer Was traded from the Cubs to the A's after the 1974 season. 426 career home runs. PNC Bank proud to be an official sponsor of the Chicago Cubs. And just as proud to support the fans and community who cheer them on. PNC for the achiever in us all. I'm sure Billy has some interesting Charlie Finley stories from his short tenure in Oakland. And again, happy belated 72nd birthday to Billy.
Well, that's hard to believe. Billy looks like he could still get in that batter's box and lay out some line drives.
Top of the order against Gonzalez as Terrio hits it off the end of the bat foul. Billy spent 75 and 76 with Oakland. A tapper to the pitcher who throws to first. And in 75 he did participate in the ALCS. Only time Billy got a chance to play in the playoffs in 18 big league seasons. Swing and a miss by Jeff Baker. It's funny, Bob. Sometimes you have to remind people that, Ron Santo didn't finish his career as a Cub, and Billy didn't finish his career as a Cub. Ron finished his big league career on the South Side.
Well, they may have been officially members of other organizations, but I don't think either one of them ever stopped being a Cub.
I agree with you.
Well, as Marlon Byrd steps in, let's check out who's moving forward with Toyota. We talked about the struggles of the Cubs against left-handed pitching. It does not apply to Marlon Byrd, however. A .433 batting average against lefties this season. Toyota and your local Toyota dealers, official partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Well, the other thing to add about Billy and Ron is that back then, obviously no interleague play. I mean, that was a huge difference going from league to league.
Oh, yeah.
You did not see pitchers from the American League. Very few guys were traded like they are today, and get into free agency, all that. That was just really hadn't even started yet.
I think the bigger adjustment was probably for Billy Williams, the first time he put those white cleats on. I remember when I went for the Toronto Blue Jays in 1989 briefly, I couldn't stop looking at my shoes in spring training. I was used to wearing black cleats my whole career, and went to Toronto and they wore blue. Took me a week or so to get over that. I can't imagine wearing white.
Well, you could wear both,
yeah.
Blue and white. Yeah, that has long been an athletics trademark. A fly ball out to right. Cust went in a couple steps and had to backpedal. And it's a 1-2-3 for Gonzalez. The Cubs lead this one 2-1 after 3.
I just thought I'd try it out. I went on Ancestry.com, started playing around with my family tree. And this little leaf appears by my grandmother's name. When I clicked on it, I found trees built by other members that traced my family all the way back to before the Civil War.
Visit Ancestry.com and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
So you don't have to know what you're looking for. You just have to start looking.
Your discovery starts right now on Ancestry.com.
From Wagner comes a revolution in power painting. Optimus dual tip technology with a more refined spray pattern here. This dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. all of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. And now available at True Value. Get Wagner's latest high-performance power painters with Optimus dual tip technology.
Built with quality and backed with the best coverage in America, including a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's 40,000 more miles than Ford. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy, and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Get 0% APR for 72 months on 2010 Silverado Half-Ton models with an average finance savings around $6,000.
Start your morning?
Hey. What are you doing up? Thought I'd take a drive before work. Wanna come?
Or make his day.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Maxwell House gives you a rich, full-flavored cup of coffee, so you can be good to the last drop.
Are the A's in the National League Central? In 7th place? Nope. They're in the 4-team AL West. But they're here at Wrigley Field. Ball 1 to Jack Cust. Inside edge for a strike. It's inside. 3-1.
You can see Dempster trying to stay in on the hands of the powerful left-handed Jack Cust. Try to avoid his extending his arms out there and reaching out over the plate and hooking the ball back to right field, which is what he loves to do.
That caught the outside corner. Seen a few A's fans in the ballpark, many rooting for, as Bob mentioned, Adam Rosales. He's from Chicago. And that's drilled into right for a leadoff single.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN TV is sponsored in part by the Illinois Lottery Mega Millions. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $17 million.
Kind of looks like Dick Williams. There's the bunt by Rosales, barehanded on a pickup by Baker. The stretch by Lee. They get the out. Nicely done on both ends. It'll be a sacrifice.
A pretty good bunt that time by Rosales. An even better play by Jeff Baker on the bare hand, throwing to D. Lee, who has to stretch way into the infield, but he's able to keep that left foot on the bag for the out.
Couple of shots here for the A's to tie this thing up. But one of the batters will be the pitcher, Gonzalez, after Mark Ellis. A very smart base running play by Mark Ellis late in the game last night in the 9th inning as the A's grabbed an insurance run. Runners at first and third and slowly hit ball to second. He just stopped from first base. It's going to ground out to Starlin Castro. And I talked to Alan Trammell, Bob. He said Ryan Theriot did everything correctly. This was just a smart play by the base runner.
Yeah, a jam shot to the right side of the infield. Yeah, if Ellis keeps running, he probably runs right into a tag at second base, and the Cubs potentially turn a double play. But because he got hung up in that rundown, allowed that run to score. Very heads-up base running play.
That ball were hit harder. Terrio could have just flipped to Castro and turned the 4-6-3. That would have kept the run off the board. But once you get that force at first and that other guy still in play, that run counts. And you can go over the philosophical parts of that play, Bob, but a lot of it's just kind of understanding the game and having those instincts we talk about.
Yep, having a good feel for the game, that stopwatch that every player should have running in their head as the ball's put into play. How much time do I have? Who's the runner at the plate? And ideally, you think about all those things before the play happens, so when it does happen, you just react and hopefully make the right choices.
Up back our way. Gonzalez took a called third his first time up. And he swings and misses at strike three this time. They leave a man at second. Fenway in the fourth, 2-1 Cubs.
Put a refreshing spin on your summer. Bud Light Lime. Superior drinkability. Ultimate refreshment. A splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Pizza holdout Charlie Thomas still hasn't tried Domino's new pizza. That ends today. Domino's Pizza.
Now get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each. Know a holdout? Tell us at pizzaholdouts.com and you could win free pizza for a year.
I love it. There's that one that says free HD switch. Let's start there. Can't do it. Let me ask you this. Do you have any tools?
Mary compared deals for this hotel at kayak.com. She saved so much, she booked Magnus for the whole afternoon. Sarah didn't use kayak.com. She has no idea she overpaid for exactly the same room. Is ignorance bliss? No. Magnus is bliss. Compare hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Time to take a look at our BMW drive of the game. It came back in the second inning. Derek Lee leading off. Blasted his 8th home run of the season. The 301st of his career was a line drive to the bleachers in left field. Nice going, D. Lee. Only BMW offers ultimate service. Buy a BMW now and pay zero maintenance costs for 4 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Fouls it back to the barrier as we're underway here in the last of the fourth. 2-1 Cubs. That's outside. A final from earlier today, the Giants beat Baltimore 6-3 behind Tim Lincecum, who got his 7th win. Base hit right field. D. Lee's 2 for 2.
That San Francisco-Baltimore series, the Halloween series. Both teams wearing black and orange. D. Lee with an inside-out swing on a breaking ball. Dunked it out there in front of Jack Cust in right field for a leadoff hit.
Aubrey Huff, 3 hits, including his 11th home run for the Giants. Brian Wilson got his 18th save. He had to get the final 5 outs. Phillies lost last night at Yankee Stadium. They're leading tonight 6-2 behind Jamie Moyer. 6 innings, 2 runs, still in there. A.J. Burnett got knocked out in the 4th. 6 runs in 3 1/3. One and 2 to Nady. Nady playing right. Out in front, and he bounced it foul. Brewers blowing out the Angels in the first 2 games of that series in Anaheim. The Angels leading 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th today. Joel Piñeiro's been really good. 1 run in 7 innings. Almost took off his head. Nady with a comebacker base hit as Gonzalez lost his cap. Unfortunately for him, that's all he lost.
You look like Charlie Brown in the cartoon strips when the socks and the glove and the hat and everything go flying. Xavier Nady sends this low fastball right back where it came from. Very little reaction time for a pitcher out there on the mound. And fortunately, that one got over Gio Gonzalez into center field. That was going to cause some damage right there.
The Angels are off tomorrow, so they'll fly here to Chicago and get set to open a weekend series on Friday. Soriano lays down a bunt. Picked up by Gonzalez. Throw to first in time. How about that? Alfonso Soriano laying down a sacrifice bunt. It's been a while. That's his first as a Chicago Cub. And he gets a nice hand from the crowd.
Boy, and it took a great play by Gio Gonzalez to get him at first. That caught everybody in the stadium by surprise. Boy, he executes it perfectly, drops that ball down to third baseline. Gonzalez with the bare hand play spins and throws and just does nip Soriano at first base.
Well, that should have caught the A's by surprise. That's not the scouting report.
No, not in any scouting report on Alfonso Soriano.
In the words of Jack Buck, I don't believe what I just saw. Big Z saying I don't believe it. 2-0, and now they're just going to intentionally walk Soto to get to Castro with the bases loaded. This Friday is Majestic Day here at Wrigley Field. Don't miss the action as the Cubs welcome in the Angels at 1:20. Throughout the game, autographed game-worn jerseys will be awarded to lucky fans in random seats, compliments of Majestic. If it happens in baseball, it happens in Majestic. See if the Cubs can bust it open here. Leading by 1. They have the bases full, and Starlin Castro at the plate. He gave the Cubs this 2-1 lead. Swung at a bad pitch. 0-1. Now, do you want him expanding his zone a lot in this spot. I mean, the bases are loaded. The pitcher's on deck.
Not in this particular situation. In his first at bat of the ball game with the base open, you might have to expand it a little bit, but a walk means a run right here. Be a little more selective. I mean, you still want him to be very aggressive if he gets a pitch in the strike zone that he likes. That's why that first swing was a little out of character for Starlin, chasing a pitcher's pitch on the first pitch of the sequence.
Inside, 2-1. Big swing and a miss. You look at Gonzalez's career numbers, lots of strikeouts, lots of walks. And a big 2-2 pitch into center, gonna hold up. Catch made by Sweeney. Here comes a throw to the plate, gets by. Derek Lee is safe. I don't think he actually touched the plate his first time through, but he got past the catcher Suzuki. And Castro has a sacrifice fly. It's 3-1.
Sinking line drive to center field. Sweeney's got all his momentum going toward his target there. Unfortunately for the A's, his throw is actually too good. It carries almost all the way to Kurt Suzuki in the air, making it a real tough short hop for him to handle. That's what we were talking about earlier. Make them make a perfect play to get you. That time Derek Lee forced the issue and was able to score a run.
First and second for Dempster. That one got away from Gonzalez. Going again, I like the send. I mean, obviously the result was good, but make them make a play. With the 8-hitter trying to drive in a run. And that time, Sweeney could not throw out Derek Lee. Right center, Cust with the sliding catch to end the inning. Cubs get one more. They lead 3-1 after 4.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one. Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Everyone, I just saved a customer tons of money on his car insurance. So from now on, I'd like to be known as the Saver.
You know, the insurance site gives out discounts every day. Should we call the website the Saver?
Website already has the nickname, people.
Which is?
Fred.
So you're the Saver. While the website, which gives out thousands of discounts every day, is called Fred. Hey, Saver.
Yeah, that just happened.
Call today or go to esurance.com.
Coming this spring, you can truly be part of Harry Potter's world, where magic becomes real and excitement awaits at every turn. Explore the wizarding world of Harry Potter, a world of magical new adventures only at Universal Orlando Resort, where you can be courageous, be outrageous, be extraordinary.
Right now, when you stay 2 times with Quality or Any Choice Hotel, you can feed a family of 4. Book now at choicehotels.com to start earning your $50 restaurant gift card. Right now, when you stay 2 times with Comfort Suites or Any Choice Hotel, you can feed a family of 4. Book now at choicehotels.com to start earning your $50 restaurant gift card.
Now time for the 5th inning, brought to you by Subway. Hey, Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win 5 $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. Gorgeous setting here on the north side of Chicago. The sun setting to the west. You can still see a sliver of Lake Michigan up top of the ballpark, and a pretty good game going on as the Cubs lead 3-1. Jackson, a fly ball out into left center, playable for Marlon Byrd.
The 2010 Chicago Cubs baseball season on WGN is brought to you by Bud Light Lime. The drinkability of Bud Light with the refreshing taste of lime.
It's like a Bob Ross painting.
I love Bob Ross. Happy little trees.
Well, he made it look like, well, you can do this at home. This is easy. You'd start and you'd go, that doesn't look like anything. Oh, it's a tree.
Oh.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Well, people who are really good at what they do make it look easy.
You're right.
Tony Gwynn used to make hitting look really easy.
Well, Bob Ross would have been able to paint that picture right there, and it would have looked just like that.
In a half an hour.
And the leaves would be moving.
It's very calming to watch that show.
The 1-2 to Derek Barton. So the two first basemen, both named Derek, D-E-R-R-E-K for the Cubs and D-A-R-I-C for the A's. And you have Derek Jeter, D-E-R-E-K. A lot of different ways to spell Derek. And that'll get down in left center. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
WWE Superstars, Thursdays at 80s 5 West, a WGN America original.
And while there are different ways to spell Derek, there's really only one way to spell Brenly. So if you do send a card or a letter, there's one E in Brenly.
Happens all the time. Even my luggage tags have my name misspelled, which is okay
it
because
happens.
Yeah, every hotel in the National League thinks it's B-R-E-N-L-E-Y. Of course, you can't mess up Bob.
Are you sure there wasn't an extra E and you just got lazy one day and decided to drop it?
Nope.
Everybody wants to add that extra E. One and one to Ryan Sweeney. He has 3 E's in his last name. Two and one the count. Another major league debut tonight. As we see the correct spelling. Yeah, it's Casper with a K as well. Third baseman Pedro Alvarez making his debut with the Pirates tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk as the White Sox lead the Pirates 6-2 in the 9th. So they have brought up Brad Lincoln, the pitcher, Jose Tabata, an outfielder, and now Pedro Alvarez since we last saw the Pirates. And they have lost 9 in a row. They They're on their way to their 10th straight. Sweeney takes a called third strike.
Mentioned earlier in the game, Ryan Dempster didn't have a great feel for that slider, but he's starting to get a better feel for it. That one right to the outside corner, backdoor slider, strike 3. Dempster's slider is not really the big sweeping flat breaking ball that a lot of pitchers call a slider. His is legit. It has a spin on it like a cement mixer or like a football. It's more of a spiral than anything else, and the break on Dempster's slider is usually straight down. That's why we have so much trouble distinguishing between his slider and his splitter.
Kuzminoff with a walk and a strikeout. Represents the tying run. So we near dusk. Look at that all night.
Oh, beautiful.
Swing and the miss.
Splitter that time. See the straight downward movement. Ryan Dempster, like a lot of pitchers, uses that split finger when he's looking for a double play ground ball, possibly, or as a straight changeup. I mean, he does throw an occasional straight changeup, but the split finger serves the same purpose and has a lot more movement, so it's a much more valuable pitch for Demps than a straight change.
A 2-2 ground ball right at the shortstop Castro. Throw a little bit wide, but Terrio able to stretch and get it. Cubs leading 3-1.
Introducing Bud Light Lime in cans. The great taste of Bud Light Lime now goes wherever you need it to. Only the superior taste of Bud Light Lime with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor puts you in the summer state of mind. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Who's serving up a big breakfast this weekend?
On an endless buffet, a juicy steak.
Don't flip out.
Only Golden Corral would include steak for breakfast. It's on our endless weekend breakfast buffet, all for a great low price. Only at Golden Corral.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
I will not add an entire wing to my house.
I will simply fix the leaky faucet in the guest bathroom.
I will not build the Great Wall of China around my patio.
I will not spend my weekends covered in drywall dust.
I will go to Ace.
And I will get it done.
And then I will do Pilates.
Get in, get help, get on with your life. Right now, get the Craftsman Auto Hammer or multi-tool for just $99.99 each and get a full rebate on a Craftsman 104-piece mechanics tool set for $49.99 at Ace, the helpful place.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent. Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria. Be your effervescent self with Efferdent.
Wrigleyville Rooftops has premier seating for up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, go to www.wrigleyvillerooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF. Terrio flies out to Cust as we start the home half of the fifth.
I'd like to extend a big Cubs hello to Alex, Eli, and Melody Paulus. They're watching tonight in Burlington, Iowa. Glad to have you with us.
Also want to send out get well wishes to Gordy Taylor watching the game with his wife Diane in Macomb, Illinois. Get well, Gordy. We hope to see you back here at Wrigley Field very soon. Jeff Baker glances one off the glove of Kevin Kuzminoff and into left for his first hit of the night.
It looked like a breaking ball that Jeff Baker really waited back on. Got to that inside corner down around the knees, and he smoked it past Kuzminoff. Looked like it might have hit the A's third baseman on the wrist as it made its way out to left field. Hard hit ball.
Bob LBJ the best following us on Twitter wants to know if you have an opinion on LeBron James coming to the Bulls. I'm all for it.
Wouldn't bother me a bit.
Sure. Done.
Can he hit? What's he think about coming to the Cubs?
The 1-0 to Bird, who's killed lefties this season, even though he's 0 for 2 tonight.
Good approach, however, in his last at bat when he lined out to right field back in the third inning to end that third inning. That ball was smoked right at Jack Cust in right field.
A kick in the 2-0 pitch, low and outside, 3 balls, no strikes. There's ball 4 to set it up for Derek Lee. This Saturday is Culver's Day here at Wrigley Field. One of our favorites. The Cubs take on the Angels at 12:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Cubs hat, compliments of Culver's. Get Culverized. Pitching coach Kurt Young out to chat with Gonzalez as they try to figure out Derek Lee. A homer, a single, and 2 runs for the Cubs first baseman.
That's exactly what that meeting was all about. The pitching coach wanted to make sure they knew exactly what they're going to do this time against Derek Lee with a couple of runners on base, a chance to do some serious damage here. I mean, D. Lee smoked a line drive home run right down the left field line and a hard single into right field. I mentioned he had a great batting practice session today. It doesn't always carry over into the ball game, but it looks so far in his first 2 at bats like D. Lee is getting closer to getting locked in up there at the plate.
Well, and you like to see this bounce back game for him after what was arguably his worst game of the year. And he's in a hitter's count, 2-0. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it's 2-0 after the first 2 at bats. Pitchers tend to be a lot more aggressive when you're not swinging the bat well, and less so when you're hot. Couldn't get that one. 2-1.
Well, on certain days or certain nights, we've talked about this and joked about it a little bit. Guys just look hitterish. Even when they take a pitch, their timing is perfect. Everything's coming together at just the right moment. They're seeing the ball well, laying off borderline pitches, and it's noticeable.
Gonzalez is from Hialeah, Florida. That's in the Miami area. He was acquired from the White Sox prior to 2008 inside. 3-2. Gonzalez was traded by the White Sox to the Phillies in 05 in the Jim Thome deal, but then was traded back in the Freddie Garcia deal in 06. Never did get to the big leagues with the Sox, but here he is with the A's. And he just struck out Derek Lee on a good fastball for out number 2.
A little bit up and out over the plate. Derek Lee looking to pull that ball. He just got out in front a little bit. But Xavier Nady here with 2 outs to make something happen.
Couldn't catch a backdoor with a breaking ball. 1-0 on Nady. Almost hit him, and Suzuki will head out.
But Gonzalez consistently falling behind nearly every hitter here in this inning. 2-0 now on Xavier Nady. The A's may be sensing that Gonzalez is nearing the end of his rope here. They have some activity in the bullpen. It's Tyson Ross, a right-hander.
Below the knees, 3-0. Soriano on deck. Helped the Cubs manufacture a run in the 4th with his first sac bunt in 4 seasons. Foul. It's 3-2. Both runners will get a head start with 2 down. Baker with a 1-out single. Bird followed with a walk. Then Gonzalez struck out Derek Lee, and he's 3-2 on Nady. Here it comes. He'll do it again. Reds beating up on, or the Dodgers rather, beating up on the Reds again. 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th in Cincinnati. Mike Leake gave up 5 runs in 6 innings. The Reds and Cardinals tied for first starting the night, and St. Louis tied with Seattle 1-1 in the 5th at Busch Stadium. And it gets past Kuzminoff, and the Cubs will get their 4th run of the night. Baker scores. Should be a hit for Nady. And now a 3-run lead.
The second ball we've seen absolutely scalded down to Kuzminoff at third base. This time it's Xavier Nady turning on an inside fastball. Kuzminoff, normally a very sure-handed third baseman. That time it kind of got between his left arm and his body as he tried to block it. Got on through into left field.
Yeah, I didn't even think he touched it at first look, but on the replay he did. It's still a hit. And a good block by Suzuki.
Well, that ball hit the front edge of the plate. You could see where the mark was. It's something catchers try to do before every inning. They go back behind the plate, smooth out the dirt right at the front lip of the plate. See how that ball hit the corner of the plate, bounced straight up and caught Suzuki high on the chest protector. After the warm-up pitches, you'll see the catcher go out there and tamp down the dirt right in front of home plate to try to smooth out that edge on the front of the plate, but that time Gonzalez caught it perfectly. You'll be down to your knees to block a pitch like that, making sure to cover the 5-hole so it doesn't get underneath, and then the ball hits the corner of the plate and bounces over your shoulder. That was a nice stop by Suzuki.
Cubs here in the 5th. I mentioned that St. Louis score. Cardinals now trail 2-1. Mariners with a run in the top of the 5th. Pop down the right field line. Fair ball. Bird is in. Nady's going to be sent by Mike Quaddy. Nady scores. Throw to third. Oh, he got him. I thought Soriano was going to get in. Doesn't matter. They get 2. 3 in the inning, and it's now 6-1 Cubs after 5.
I'm not advocating violence.
I'm a rageaholic cop. Maybe today's the day I blow. I don't know. It's up to you.
You go to jail. I'm just saying. It would be a crime to miss it.
Hey, those Gecko ringtones you put on our website are wonderful. People love them.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Turned out nice.
Got another one for you.
At Geico.com, it's easy to get a free rate quote, manage your policy, make payments, or even file a claim.
Now that's a ringtone.
Yeah, it's interesting. Certainly not the worst ringtone I've ever heard. Yeah, that might be the worst.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
From Wagner comes a revolution in power painting. Optimus dual tip technology. With a more refined spray pattern here, this dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. All of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. And now available at True Value. Get Wagner's latest high-performance power painters with Optimus dual tip technology.
Hey, check this out. Whoa, no way. Man, I hope I get this. But I saw it first. You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go. If it means I must prepare.
Only Sears has all the toys to let Dad be a kid again.
For you, Dad.
Oh, no way. Save on all Craftsman tools over $99 for Dad. Plus, get him a 32-inch RCA LCD TV, only $329.99. Sears, life well spent.
Cubs score 3 more in the 5th to take a 6-1 lead over the Oakland A's. Been a big night for Soriano. He walked. That's a shock. He put down a sac bunt. That's a shock. And then doubles down into the right field corner to drive home a couple of teammates. Jack Cuss' throw to the plate goes all the way to Suzuki. No play at the plate. But as Soriano tries to stretch it to third, he was safe by a mile down there at third base. Probably not the best time to try to go to third, but he was definitely safe. Good hustle.
So he knocked in 2 to make it 6-1. So Ryan Dempster getting good run support. And strike 1 to Suzuki. Up and in. Bouncer past Dempster, tried to barehand it. Castro will throw out Suzuki. Good thing Dempster didn't get his hand on it. Vampires all over the world have been awakened. Here's Jack Cust.
Angela Harden from Grayslake is tonight's Hit the Jackpot with Powerball contestant. If the Cubs hit a home run in the next inning, Angela Harden will win 100 chances to win the Powerball jackpot. Tonight's jackpot is worth $60 million.
Right down the middle for strike 2. Cubs with 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. That was after the A's got 1 in the top of the first. Ryan Dempster has kept them scoreless since the second. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Dempster just rushing a 4-seam fastball right by a good fastball hitter. Ball's on the inside part of the plate there. We talked earlier in Jack Custard bat about to try to jam him inside on the hands. Don't let him get extension. That time Dempster put that fastball in a perfect spot.
Outside corner on Rosales. Dempster has just hit the 100 pitch mark, but still strong here in the 6th inning. A wind in the 0-2. Couldn't get Rosales to bite on a slider that was outside. Final in San Diego, the Blue Jays beat the Padres 7-1. Ricky Romero over Kevin Correa. That's it for the A's in the 6th. It's all Cubs tonight, 6-1. Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Every Pepsi refreshes the world. Submit your idea at refresheverything.com.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one. Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
No, not now. Come on, please.
Oh, great.
Nothing's worse than a dead battery. And nothing's more reliable than a Duralast battery. Engineered to start day in and day out, even under the most extreme conditions. Duralast, proven tough, only at AutoZone.
What you did at this morning's meeting, that was pure poetry.
Stop it.
Hello, you spotted $1 million accounting error that no one else noticed.
That was pretty sweet.
But you did have 8 layers of sweet, crunchy backup.
What can I say? You're the man. Or the little dude.
That's me.
Stop mid-morning hunger with Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat Cereal. An excellent source of fiber from 100% whole grain that helps you stay full so you can stay focused. Also, try chocolate little bites.
So how'd the meeting go?
Outstanding. I wowed him with my chocolate chip center.
There's one secret to investigating every case of violent crime. Staying alive.
Shudder at a 3D film and dodge moving dinos at a robotic encounter. You'll never forget. Now at the Field Museum, Sue Escapes. For tickets and more info, go to SueEscapes.com. Cliff Pennington into play short and bat 9th. And Tyson Ross will do the pitching.
Tyson Ross was destined to pitch for the Oakland A's. He was born in Berkeley, lives in Oakland now, went to Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland, California, went to the University of California just up the road in Berkeley, and was a second-round draft pick back in 08 by the A's, and here he is tonight. Big, tall right-hander, 6'6".
1-1 on Giovanni Soto. Gio Gonzalez gave up 6 runs in 5 innings. Front door slider. 1-2. And a struggle for Ross lately. He's given up 9 earned runs over his last 8 appearances, covering under 5 innings, but he fans Soto to start the 6th.
Cub fans, if you want to manage a game along with Lou Piniella, log on to the WGNTV.com right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you're watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patios, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
It's been a good night for Starlin Castro. He's knocked in 2 with a single and a sac fly. Bob, I've long wondered, why the elephant? The A's have long had as their secondary logo the elephant. Well, it actually dates back to when they joined the American League in the early part of the last century. And the story goes, according to the A's media guide, after helping form the AL in 1901, Giants manager John McGraw dismissed the A's with contempt, calling them the White Elephants, implying Connie Mack should not be allowed to spend money without supervision. Mack defiantly adopted the White Elephant as the team's insignia. So they've had it off and on their unis for the last about 110 years. So if you see that elephant on the uniform, now you know why it's there. I think in athletics, elephants. At one point they had a mule instead of an elephant. Of course, that was Charlie Finley's decision. He made some rather unorthodox decisions. Ball 4. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Hug it out with 4 best friends in the City of Angels. Hang with the crew of Entourage this fall on WGN America.
Ryan Dempster squares to bunt and hits it foul. He leads the majors with 10 sac bunts. For our Chicago viewers, tomorrow morning, check out the WGN Morning News. The Stanley Cup will make an appearance. John McDonough, Rocky Wirtz going to drop by the studios with the Stanley Cup. 0-2 to Dempster.
Saw a little blurb in one of the local papers today that said they predict that Stanley will be the most popular name for boys born in Chicago in the very near future here.
Nobody's going to name their kid Cup, right?
I hope not.
I like Ante, right? A-N, is it T-T-I? Ante Niemi.
Good name for a goalie.
1-2 to Dempster, still trying to bunt. And he pops it up, and Suzuki's going to catch it. Dempster would have been out either way as he was just playing defense.
Dempster looked a little bit like a goalie trying to deflect a slap shot with that one. Tailing fastball running back up and in. It came very close to that right hand. You see he slides the right hand up the bat. He does it properly though. Keeps his fingers behind the bat. That was very close to catching him on that throwing hand. He didn't know where the ball went.
Okay, I have a question. Doesn't really matter. Is that a foul out or a strikeout? I would assume a foul out.
Good for me. An out's an out.
Yeah, that's it. FO2. We'll write it in. Swing and a miss. We'll head to the 7th. The Cubs lead the White Elephants 6-1.
We watch baseball.
We watch baseball.
We watch baseball.
We watch baseball on America's WGN.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh. No, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
Larry, we just had the carpets cleaned.
That was the pizza guy.
You said you bought a DiGiorno.
But the pizza came with cheesy breadsticks.
New DiGiorno pizza and breadsticks. Taste, believe. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
She found a box.
Maybe because you left it right on the counter.
We have a pretty big family, and Olive Garden's one of the few places we can take them where everyone's happy.
Try our new Crest Belly dishes. Italian crepes stuffed with 5 cheeses with chicken and garlic cream sauce or with grilled Italian sausage, starting at just $10.95 at Olive Garden.
Here's tonight's Honda CRV game summary. The A's got the early lead in the top of the first, but the Cubs have scored 6 runs since. Derek Lee's had a good night, his 301st career home run, and Alfonso Soriano helping the Cubs manufacture one with his first sac bunt since '06. Visit your Honda dealer. Test drive a 2010 Honda CRV. The 1-0 pitch to Mark Ellis. Fastball in there, 1-1. Cedric the Entertainer will conduct the 7th inning stretch. Big weekend of comedy at the Chicago Theater coming up. Bird drifts over into right center. Two-handed grab to get Ellis. First at bat for switch hitting Cliff Pennington, now playing short. Called strike. Pennington scored 3 times in game 1, including that RBI triple, on which he would score on the Tyler Colvin throwing error. And a ground ball back up the middle, base hit. There's still time to get great seats, including bleachers for Cubs games this summer. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. Call 1-800-THE-CUBS or visit the Wrigley Field box office. Connor Jackson in his first start as an A. And on his hands, ball one. Cashner and Marshall just getting up. You see Andrews still stretching out that arm.
You mentioned earlier Dempster working on an extra day's rest this time around. He's thrown a high of 125 pitches against the Cardinals earlier this year. He's sneaking up on that number. He's at 110 right now, but just in case, some activity down in that bullpen.
Terrio can't quite get it. A little slip by Pennington. He'll still get to second. Pennington slipped as he tried to head towards second base. But Nady just did not have time to have a force play.
You get a look at the base runner as he started and then stopped and then slipped as he started to go to second base a second time. Not enough time for Nady to throw to second for the force play anyhow.
Stay tuned. The WGN News follows our broadcast. Mark Sapelsa, Lourdes Duarte with the news. Tom Skilling with all the weather. And Dan Roan has the sports. Two on, one out for Derek Barton. Called strike. Half swing by Barton. 0-2.
How's when you're more likely to see Barton go to the opposite field. One of his base hits today came to straightaway left.
Barton has 4 hits in the series. And he takes it high and away. Cedric the Entertainer impatiently waiting for the 7th inning stretch. Just a little inside the actor's studio, so to speak. Usually with 1 out in the top of the 7th, that's when the conductor comes into the booth. Sometimes you get a ground ball double play and they're ready to sing. Other times we wait. That kicks away from Soto and both runners advance. Second wild pitch of the night charged to Dempster.
Pitchers who feature that split-fingered fastball are going to finish the season with more wild pitches than guys who don't throw the split finger. That's right where Dempster wanted to throw it. However, it just got far enough away from Giovanni Soto that both runners were able to advance.
First 2 wild pitches of the year for Dempster. Infield still back. They'll exchange an out for a run. That's Ryan Sweeney on deck. Barton has now hit in 15 consecutive games on the road with his 2 for 3 night. We got Barton from St. Louis prior to 2005. It was in the Heron Mulder deal. Went after the high one, able to stay alive. Converted catcher.
Speaking of Dan Herron, I saw his name popped up in some trade rumors recently. Connor Jackson, the first Diamondback out the door. There's some speculation that they may be looking to trim some payroll. Dan Herron would make a nice fit into a lot of rotations. Oswalt sweepstakes. You hear rumors. Texas was the first team we really heard that Roy Oswalt may be headed for. More recently, the Washington Nationals possibly getting in on the Roy Oswalt trade sweepstakes.
High for ball 4. And no, it's 3-2. Okay. Barton faked me out.
Trying to steal first.
Yeah. Well, that could be big. Been a long at bat. I think he just assumed it had to be 3-2. Fooled me. Taking his time, realizing that this could be his final pitch of the night. The 3-2, a ground ball foul. At Soto. Another payoff delivery. Derek Lee able to smother it. Throw to Dempster. They get the out. It'll be an RBI ground out for Barton. It's 6-2. Nicely done, Derek Lee.
Ball looked like it was ticketed for right field there. Derek went to his right, smothered it, kept it close enough that he could grab it and throw on to Dempster for the out.
And that's it for Ryan Dempster. It's a nice hand from the home crowd. Left-hander Sean Marshall is in. 6-2 Cubs in the 7th.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
Hey, check this out. Whoa, no way. Man, I hope I get this. But I saw it first. You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
If it means I must prepare.
Only Sears has all the toys to let Dad be a kid again.
For you, Dad.
Oh, no way. Save on all Craftsman tools over $99 for Dad. Plus, get him a 32-inch RCA LCD TV, only $329.99. Sears. Life well spent.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent. Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria. Efferdent. And try zinc-free EfferGrip adhesive.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Bye-bye. Hey, just got off the phone with a sweet gal, fender bender. Think I got her to a good place.
Oh, then you'll love this. Online repair monitoring. After an accident, Esurance customers can get daily updates with photos of their car repairs in progress.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
That's really great.
Thanks.
I mean, really great.
great.
Chad, I don't want to talk about feelings.
Sure you do.
Go to esurance.com or call today.
Hey kids, have you ever dreamt of running the bases here at Wrigley Field? Now you can on Wednesday afternoon games during June, July, and August. The first 1,000 kids entering the ballpark will be given the opportunity to run the bases after the conclusion of the game. Tickets are limited, so visit Cubs.com to order today. Left-hander Sean Marshall facing Ryan Sweeney, runner at third. 2 outs in the 7th. Cubs leading 6-2. Ryan Dempster, good night's work. Getting into the 7th with a 4-run lead. Popped foul off to the left and out of play. I'll tell you, Bob, the Andrew Cashner development into an 8th inning option, I think could be really big for this team because it frees up Lou to use Sean Marshall in matchup spots.
No doubt about it. And Cashner, a guy that can come in and face righties or lefties with that overpowering fastball.
Terrio up with it, and he gets Sweeney. They get one. 6-2 Cubs, stretch time.
Cedric, the entertainer. All right, fans, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to hit the crowd. Buy some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we never get back. It's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. Though it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Hey, check this out. Whoa, no way. Man, I hope I get this. But I saw it first. You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
If it means I must prepare.
Only Sears has all the toys to let Dad be a kid again.
For you, Dad.
Oh, no way.
Save on all Craftsman tools over $99 for Dad. Plus, get him a 32-inch RCA LCD TV, only $329.99. Sears, life well spent.
All right, so this Tylenol 8-hour lasts 8 hours, but Aleve can last 12 hours. And Aleve was proven to work better on pain than Tylenol 8-hour. So why am I still thinking about this? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Aleve, proven better on pain.
Guys, I have awesome news. Whoa, that totally surprised me. Whoa, dude, you know what you like. You like to get a hold of yourself, man. Dude, he's farting fire.
Stan, are you wearing a different hat?
Take the baby. Yes? I like it. Woohoo!
Bring us back, Cedric.
Yeah, we're back. We're just going in the top of the 7th, guys, and the Cubs are looking good. They're up 6-2, and they just had a pitching change, and we're gonna see how they pull it off here. The Athletics got a couple of pitches in. Bob, what you guys were thinking? How the Cubs faring?
Cedric, the broadcaster. I like it.
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
How you doing? Good to have you here.
Good, man. Definitely. It's fun to be here, man. Just in town, working on. Got a cool show coming up on Friday. I'm gonna do at the Chicago Theater. Said the Entertainers Urban Circus. Doing some really cool stuff. Got some, tumblers from the neighborhood, fraternity steppers, and roller skaters. Good stuff, man. We're gonna have fun. And then some comics. Got really cool comics. J.B. Smooth, some more. Russell Peters, and good friend Jerry Seinfeld's gonna stop through.
Oh, nice.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you can't beat that.
Great venue, the Chicago Theater.
Yeah, definitely
this
one of the
weekend.
great ones.
3-2 the count. Third baseman Jeff Baker. 6-2 Cubs. on a beautiful night here at Wrigley.
Oh, man, gorgeous night. This is the best time to be in Chicago. I love that here at the park. It's great times. Cubs winning. You know, you can't really beat it right now. Had a couple of, dogs. Got it in. I do what you do at the ballpark.
That's right. Mustard or ketchup on the dogs?
I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
I'm a combo dude. I like that. I'm a big man of condiments. Nice, man. Fans are great too. They come out and support, and they're all excited. I had a couple fighting over the one hat that I threw.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think they were married, but they fought really hard over it.
We got a guy out here playing a game on Waveland. A little wiffle ball action.
I saw that.
If you want to call another game when you're done with us,
yeah,
you can go out there and call that. Uh-oh.
They're serious.
Yeah, they are. That's a strike to Marlinburg. Now, you're from Missouri, right?
Yeah, man, I'm from St. Louis, so, I'm sure in my hometown people are just going to be really giving it to me.
And I like the jersey.
With the jersey. Thank you.
You're wearing the right one.
Point that out.
You're showing the back of the jersey.
It's
Cedi Sosa.
Cedi Sosa. I'm old school, baby. Yeah.
That's a 6-4-3 double play. Let's check this out.
Yeah, man.
Cedi Sosa,
baby. Big hitter. Big hit. I didn't know if I never knew if they were going to call me out to be a designated hitter tonight. You never know. Or it came out. I would have easily just came out and, knocked the run or two in.
Here's Derek Lee. Cedric, who are your comedy heroes?
Oh, man, a couple of my big heroes, I Lovely and Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby of it all, but a guy from Chicago, no longer the late Robin Harris was the guy that inspired me to do comedy the most. And then, of course, big fan of all my peers in the Kings of Comedy, Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac, D.L. Hewley, all these guys were big fans of mine. I like Billy Crystal, Robin Williams. I'm a fan of Bill Maher. I like a lot of comedy, man.
You seem very normal and relaxed, and a lot of comedians are filled with angst and nervous, and I'm sure always thinking about the next bit. But you seem like very even keel. Maybe you're putting on a good show for us.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty relaxed. I enjoy what I do. Love it. Love what I do, man.
Well, we look forward to catching you at the Chicago Theater, Cedric.
All right,
Thanks
brother.
for stopping by.
Yeah, man.
Cedi Sosa.
Cedi.
Yeah.
Why is it that the good patients always die and the pains in the ass just go on and on?
Yeah. Why is that?
Put a refreshing spin on your summer. Bud Light Lime. Superior drinkability. Ultimate refreshment. A splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent. Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria. Be your effervescent self with Efferdent.
Pizza holdout Charlie Thomas still hasn't tried Domino's new pizza. That ends today. Domino's Pizza.
Now get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each. Know a holdout? Tell us at pizzaholdouts.com and you can win free pizza for a year.
I love it.
Crunch time, wheat thins. You and your tasty whole grain. This can only end one way. Wheat thins. Toasted, whole grain, crunch. The crunch is calling.
Coppertone Sport outshines. It protects you from the most damaging rays across 100% of the UVA UVB spectrum, and the protection stays on better because it's ultra sweat-proof. Coppertone Sport outshines so you can enjoy the sun.
6-2 Cubs. Very busy as always in Wrigleyville on game night. Inside and outside the ballpark. Inside 36,244, and the Cubs trying to even up this series, set up a rubber match tomorrow. Sean Marshall got out of the 7th as he faces Kevin Kuzminoff to begin the 8th. Tyler Colvin is in for defense in right. And Kevin Kuzminoff with his career best 15-game hitting streak. This may be his final chance to extend it to 16. Going to have to do it with 2 strikes. Marshall finally gets the sign he wants, and the 1-2 pitch is high on a fastball. 2-2.
Well, Lenny, we're talking about the configuration of the Cubs bullpen with the emergence of Andrew Kashner as a late inning option down there. Obviously, Carlos Marmol is the closer. The thing about Sean Marshall is he's equally effective against righties and lefties. Right-handed hitters are hitting under 200 against Sean Marshall this year. Lefties hitting only 220. That's a big breaking ball.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Time now to check out today's improvement from Menards. We're going to take a look at the best record when leading after 6 innings this season. The Oakland Athletics have not lost a ball game all year when leading after 6. And you see what they've done when they've been trailing after 6. Bodes well for the Cubs tonight. For all your home improvement needs, shop and save big money at Menards.
Fouled back by the catcher Suzuki. We got a nice note recently from Vietnam vet Pete Nebe from Lantana, Florida. He and Jim Hugas from Munster, Indiana, were here at Wrigley Field recently for the first time since the 70s. They are both 100% disabled, and they were able to come to Wrigley Field. And a happy belated birthday to Pete, and glad you guys could make it. Suzuki with a 1-out single.
Ball struck well right back through the box. Sean Marshall, long and lanky, 6'5", got right between the wickets on into center field for a base hit. Fortunate that didn't catch him on the shin bone.
Here's Cust. 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts. Also a nice letter from Norma Perry, longtime Cub fan, and we wish her daughter Tracy Perry a happy birthday. Tracy lives in New York. Hopefully watching us tonight on WGN America. That's a strike on a slider. Closer Marmol has joined Andrew Kashner. Broken bat, bouncer. Marshall fielded it cleanly, and Castro turns it. How about that? Sean Marshall focused only on the ball, not on the barrel of the bat, and that's it for the A's in the 8th.
I will not add an entire wing to my house.
I will simply fix the leaky faucet in the guest bathroom.
I will not build the Great Wall of China around my patio.
I will not spend my weekends covered in drywall dust.
I will go to Ace.
And I will get it done.
And then I will do Pilates.
Get in, get help, get on with your life. Right now, get the Craftsman Auto Hammer or multi-tool for just $99.99 each and get a full rebate on a Craftsman 104-piece mechanics tool set for $49.99 at Ace, the helpful place.
How'd that prostate exam go today?
Oh, very well. Thank you for asking. Hey, aren't you due for one pretty soon?
I guess. Whoa there, big guy.
I'll get around to it sooner or later.
Sooner or later? 1 in 6 are diagnosed with prostate cancer.
All right. I'll do it.
That's all we wanted to hear.
Dessert is served.
Oh, yeah.
Over 1,000 people a day are switching to Chevy. They like that vehicles like the 2010 Malibu, Traverse, and Silverado Half-Ton have each been named to Consumer's Digest Best Buy. They like that Chevy backs the quality with a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. They're not just trading in, they're trading up. Qualified lessees now get a low-mileage lease on this Malibu LS for around $199 a month. Call for details. The switch to Chevy starts at ChevyDealer.com.
Think yours is the most beautiful baby? Prove it, and you could win $5,000 in the Beautiful Babies contest. It's free and open to babies 3 to 48 months at WGNAmerica.com.
Hi, this is Rick Dees, and don't forget to catch Out of Sight Retro Night. Don't want to miss that. Oh, goody. Sunday beginning at 6 East, 3 West on WGN America.
Sean Marshall with a nice play. It's not easy to not take your eyes off the ball when the bat's flying by your head.
Yeah, the barrel of that bat went helicoptering to the right side of the infield. Sean Marshall kept his focus on the baseball, got the ball to Castro in plenty of time. You see Castro had to come wide of the bag there to take the throw, but plenty of time to complete it on to first base. And Sean Marshall had a ball hit between his feet out there on the mound into center field for a base hit, and then has to dodge a bat for the inning-ending double play.
Left-hander Cedric Bowers will work the 8th. 2 scoreless innings for Tyson Ross. Bowers has pitched all over the place. Spent a few years in Japan in the middle part of the decade. Pitched in Korea in 07. Second big league team, the Rockies, and now the A's. Big leg kick as he deals to Tyler Colvin. And the fastball misses, ball 1. Colvin homered last night, and he slices one into the left field corner. Fair ball. Rounding second, he's going to stop there with a leadoff double.
Tyler Colvin hangs in there really tough against lefty. He's got a fastball out over the plate. Didn't try to pull it, just hit it with authority down into that left field corner. And you got to love the way that man runs the bases. He wasn't conceding that that was going to be a routine double. He was thinking 3 all the way until the A's made him stop. I mean, you know this is a sure double down in the left field corner, but Tyler Colvin figures if he bobbles that ball or has trouble picking it up, I'm going to be on third base.
I notice the A's are not playing in, guarding against a bunt.
I don't think so. I don't even think he fooled the advanced scouts with that sacrifice bunt earlier in the game.
The inside corner, 2-1 on Soriano's last at bat. He doubled in 2 and was thrown out at third to end the inning. And a pop up into short right. This is Cust.
Hey Lynn, Bud Light rocks Chicago with the return of the Bud Light Concert Series. OAR is playing Charter One Pavilion July 9th and 10th. Get your tickets at livenation.com. The Summer Concert Series is brought to you by Bud Light. Live music and Bud Light. Here we go.
It's a good air guitar song right there. Giovanni Soto, 1 for 2, a double, an intentional walk, and a strikeout. Looks like we'll see Carlos Marmol in a non-save spot in the 9th. He's the only reliever currently throwing in the bullpen.
It's been 3 days for Marmol. We talk all the time. You got to keep your closers sharp. You can't afford to let him sit for 5 or 6 days at a time.
Well, his last outing was a yawner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sunday night, he preserved the one-hit shutout for Ted Lilly, but not before the White Sox loaded the bases.
The numbers don't really do justice. I mean, you look at his line from that outing: 1 inning pitch, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks and a strikeout. Sounds like a Carlos Marmol outing, but it was a lot more fun than that.
Fun is an interesting way to put it. It was dramatic. Kept people on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, see, that looks like a typical Carlos Marmol outing. Maybe 2 or 3 strikeouts to go along with a couple of walks in an inning of work. But
and a balk.
And a balk.
Lost his footing and did not want to throw the ball away. As Soto takes a called third for the second out.
Backdoor breaking ball from the A's left-hander. Big sweeping breaking ball, just does get back to the corner.
Bowers in his second stint this year with the A's, called up recently from AAA Sacramento on June 4th. They're going to intentionally walk Castro, and we'll see who's going to pinch hit. Sean Marshall is due up, and it'll be Carlos Zambrano. Big Z with an RBI hit last night.
That's the one issue Lou has when he plays an all right-handed hitting starting lineup, as he did tonight. No right-handed bats available off the bench other than Coy Hill, the backup catcher, a switch hitter. And rather than use a left-handed hitting Mike Fontenot, Kosuke Fukudome, or Chad Tracy, he's going to use Big Z to take the pinch hit at bat.
You know, Carlos actually sat in your chair and put your headset on today.
Yeah,
he did his running today, and he wandered up to the upper deck. I was doing a little homework around 3:30, and he popped in. I think he wants to sing the 7th inning stretch, because he's come up here like 3 times the last couple of years just to get our view of the proceedings, and he put your headset on, started to do some play-by-play of the extra BP. Big swing by Z on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Boy, Suzuki and Greg Gibson, they vacated.
I think that was a cross-up, just the way Suzuki reacted to that pitch. He looked like he was expecting a breaking ball, started to move inside to Zambrano, and powers through a fastball. Watch the reaction to the catcher, Suzuki. He's going to where he thinks the ball is going to end up, and it comes back and looked like it got a piece of his right arm right there.
No good timing with Z at the plate. 200 batting average and an on-base percentage of 188. We got an email from Steve Delaney in Davenport, Iowa. How is that possible? It's because sac flies count against your on-base percentage. The theory is you're not trying to make an out, and so while it doesn't count against your batting average, it does negatively impact your on-base percentage. So you technically could finish the year or your career with a higher batting average than an on-base percentage. So that's the quirk in the stats.
Another quirk.
I get it, though. I understand. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. You know, sac bunt, you are trying to give up an out to move the runners, but a sac fly, you're trying to get a hit, and you fail. And you see, he hasn't walked a whole lot in his career. With a 241 OBP. Swing and a miss. So the pinch hitter Zambrano strikes out. We'll head to the ninth. Marmol coming on to try to close him out.
The man who attacked you is an associate of his called Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. Storm. What do they call you? Wheels?
Hey, picked up some Bud Light. We should have a party.
But for what? It's not a holiday or anything.
I did get a pretty solid haircut today.
Here we go.
Are you really Jim's barber?
Yeah.
Will you say my hair?
We should do this for Laundry Day.
It's the sure sign of a good time. The just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go. Give me the gin.
Who are you?
I'm your genie. Weren't you just wishing for something more nutritious to eat?
I was.
Well, you can enjoy the taste of decadent dark chocolate, the crunch of almonds, plus 35% of your daily fiber, plus antioxidants in a Kellogg's Fiber Plus bar.
Mmm.
Right then, 2 more wishes.
I'm good.
Back to the lamp then.
See ya.
Kellogg's Fiber Plus bars. You couldn't wish for more.
I just wanted to look around. So I went on Ancestry.com to see if I could find my great-grandfather. It was unbelievable. I found all kinds of historical documents, including a census record that showed that he was the town's only doctor. It's funny, no one ever told me that.
Visit Ancestry.com and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
You really don't have to know what you're looking for. You just have to start looking.
Your discovery starts right now on Ancestry.com.
Cubs leading the A's here in the ninth. You're watching Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN, your official summer baseball station. Carlos Marmol in a non-save situation, facing a former Cub teammate, Eric Patterson, in a pinch hitting role here in the ninth. And he drives it out to Marlon Byrd, who puts it away. WGN News follows the game. Mark Sapelsa, Lourdes Duarte, Tom Skilling with the weather. Dan Roan will have the sports. So quick out for Marmol. Mark Ellis is 1 for 3.
That's a rarity. 3 straight fastballs from Carlos Marmol. 2 to Patterson. The first pitch here to Ellis.
There's the slider.
The knee buckler.
Yeah. Dallas Braden and Randy Wells tomorrow. Been a struggle for Wells. Braden actually 4-6. His ERA under 4. Called strike 3 for the second out. Braden with a perfect game on Mother's Day.
Hey, 2 of the nastiest sliders we've seen from Marmol all year. The first one absolutely froze Ellis for a called strike. Can't pull the trigger on strike 3 either.
Fans on their feet as Pennington takes a strike. Sometimes worry about a closer with a big lead and a save not on the line, but man, has he been sharp tonight. Nothing but strikes from Marmol. How about that? Wow. Cubs win. I think that's as good as we've seen them all year. Carlos Marmol. A 1-2-3 ninth, and the Cubs even up the series. Now 2-3 on the homestand. Big night for D. Lee. And Ryan Dempster evens up his record at 5-5.
Boy, that is great to see from Marmol all over the strike zone in the 9th inning today. A couple of strikeouts and the fly ball out to center ends it.
Dempster gets the win over Gio Gonzalez. Cubs 6, Athletics 2, the final. We'll be back.
What do you say? The Cubs are gonna win.
WGN, one big noodle. Just outside Wrigley's walls lurks a macaroni monster. Fans weigh in, up or down, on the newest ad at the friendly confines. He gave his kidney. He may lose his job. Why this teacher is being singled out by the Chicago Public Schools. And Ike, the dog's new home. The stray that stole our hearts has new digs way away from heavy traffic. And we've got the first look.
I'm not advocating violence.
I'm a rageaholic cop. Maybe today's the day I blow. I don't know. It's up to you.
You go to jail. I'm just saying. It would be a crime to miss it.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
We've all heard this story. You're special.
Jonah Hex.
Always do like when you finally show up.
What happened to your face?
Let me show you.
Jonah Hex. Rated PG-13.
Booyah. Yes.
The affordable Nikon D3000 with guide mode, so it's easier than ever to capture a moving moment, an extra large LCD, and an interchangeable Nikkor lens for stunning images.
Got the shot. Very good.
The ultra compact Nikon D3000. Want to capture even more with your images? Choose from our lineup of legendary Nikkor lenses.
Pizza holdout Charlie Thomas still hasn't tried Domino's new pizza. That ends today. Domino's Pizza.
Now get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each. Know a holdout? Tell us at pizzaholdouts.com and you could win free pizza for a year.
I love it.
For the Cubs tonight, 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors, 6 stranded. For the Oakland A's, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 7 stranded. Winning pitcher Ryan Dempster, he's 5-5. Gio Gonzalez takes the loss to drop to 6-5. 36,244 watched it. Took 2 hours and 33 minutes to complete. The Budweiser plays of the game, Bob. Alfonso Soriano, a couple of nice plays. His first bunt since '06. As he moved up the runners, led to a run. And then a 2-run double to add some insurance.
Yeah, real nice game for Soriano all the way around. Also drew a walk, scored a run in his first at bat of this game in the second inning. The very unselfish sac bunt to move a couple guys into scoring position. Good day for Fonzie.
Budweiser with full flavor and a crisp finish. It's what we do. The W flag flying. And we'll have more from Wrigley Field. Stay with us.
Hey, Joe. What is that?
Flatbed full of avocados.
I got these ponchos and this industrial wood chipper.
I got Bud Light.
Here we go.
Fire in the hole! This was a great idea! I love this thing!
Great guacamole, Joe.
It's the sure sign of a good time. The just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Needs a little cilantro.
The coastal town.
Well, hello. It's your TV. I unplugged your cable so I can show you something genius. DirecTV. With DirecTV, now you only need one DVR for the whole house. Record a movie in the living room. Watch it in the bedroom, pause it, and pick it up in the bathroom because you can. I know what you're thinking. Dreams really do come true, and cable can't do that. So give them a call and hook me up. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
Take me to 5th and Grand as slowly as possible.
Get me to the airport and don't step on it.
Congress in Maine, and I'm not in a hurry.
The big, bold taste of the Angus 3rd Pounder and the classic taste of the Big Mac. So much flavor, you want to take your time with them.
Whatever you do, don't make that white.
The simple joy of burgers.
No, not now.
Come on, please.
Oh, great.
Nothing's worse than a dead battery. And nothing's more reliable than a Duralast battery. Engineered to start day in and day out, even under the most extreme conditions. Duralast. Proven tough. Only at AutoZone.
Chicago Cubs baseball has been brought to you by Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Pepsi, every Pepsi refreshes the world. Submit your idea at refresheverything.com. And by the Illinois Lottery, Mega Millions can find you twice a week. Tuesday and Friday jackpots start at $12 million. Our next WGN broadcast of Cubs baseball will be Saturday when the Cubs host the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Second of a 3-game weekend series. We'll have games 2 and 3 for you. Sunday's game as well. Jared Weaver against Ted Lilly, who tries to follow up that combined one-hitter. We'll start at noon Central Time right here on WGN. Once again, our final score tonight, the Cubs 6, the A's 2. Now for my partner Bob Brenly and our entire WGN Sports crew, this is Len Casper inviting you to stay tuned. The WGN News is next.
Hey, check this out. Whoa, no way. Man, I hope I get this. But I saw it first. You asked for that. Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
If it means I must prepare.
Only Sears has all the toys to let Dad be a kid again.
For you, Dad.
Oh, no way! Save on all Craftsman tools over $99 for Dad. Plus, get him a 32-inch RCA LCD TV, only $329.99. Sears, life well spent.
From Wagner comes a revolution in power painting. Optimus dual tip technology with a more refined spray pattern here. This dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. All of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. And now available at True Value. Get Wagner's latest high-performance power painters with Optimus dual tip technology.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does Elmer Fudd have trouble with the letter R?
Be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Okay, cut. I'm hunting rabbits, Elmer. Let's try that again.
Shh. I'm hunting rabbits.
Cut. Rabbits.
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 Rabbits with an R.
Oh, this director's starting to rub me the wrong way.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
My check comes here every 2 weeks.
Yeah, his paycheck's been coming to his Evanston house for several years, but now the Chicago Public Schools social worker will be honored tomorrow for giving one of his kidneys to a virtual stranger, faces termination for violating the school district's residency requirement. And good evening, I'm Mark Sapelsa.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte. Micah Mateer has the week off. Our top story seen around the country on WGN America, Chicago schools residency requirement. That's behind the kidney donor's dilemma. WGN's Tom Negovin spoke with the Good Samaritan, who is now down on his luck. Tom.
Well, maybe not so down just yet, Lourdes. We're live outside Ray Elementary in Hyde Park, where this beloved, even heroic social worker may not work much longer because of where he lives.
That I have exhibited conduct unbecoming of an employee of Chicago Public Schools.
What do you think of that?
It hurts.
Social worker Dan Cohen got this letter the day his mother died, signed by Public Schools Chief Ron Huberman, telling him to move to Chicago or risk losing his job away from his home in Evanston, where Cohen is like the mayor.
You made the paper again today.
I know.
You know,
sorry to stir it up. They can't stop you. They can only hope to contain. That's right.
They knew where I lived, and that's on my resume, my application, and my check comes here every 2 weeks.
What makes this public school PR nightmare even worse, Coyne is about to be honored for a life-saving decision to donate a kidney to a favorite grocery store clerk who would have died without it. And tonight, this social worker offers some advice to the administrators thinking about taking away his job.
You go out to a playground, elementary school playground, and play for 10 minutes with the professional people who know how to play. You come out a different person. So maybe Ron and the board and the union could all go out and play at recess with some of my kids, and I think they would come out better people.
He's quite a character. He's got a lot of advice like that. So tomorrow, Dan Coyne will be honored at a special luncheon for his gift, his life-saving gift of a kidney. And Ron Huberman is expected to be at that luncheon, so we'll let you know how that goes. Meantime, Dan says dozens, literally dozens of his colleagues have been calling up, offering him ways to stay in his job, places to stay, that is, inside the city limits.
Thank you, Tom Negevin, reporting live for us tonight. A 30-year-old Brookfield man is charged with the murder of a retired school teacher who tried to help him out. Stephen Kelman was charged today with first-degree murder and armed robbery. Police say Kelman stabbed to death 65-year-old Marilyn Fay in her home Monday. Neighbors say Fay met Kelman and offered him a place to stay. She eventually asked him to leave because he had a temper. Kelman is expected to be in bond court sometime tomorrow.
The judge in the Rod Blagojevich corruption trial holding off on a gag order, calling it only a last resort. As WGN's Julie Unruh reports for us, it would be a muzzle on the chattiest defendant around.
I'm dying to, but
we're going to take.
Well, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
It's hard to believe, but the notoriously Gabby ex-governor is rendered speechless moments after a gag order was discussed regarding his case. The 16-page motion was filed by prosecutors. They accuse Rod Blagojevich and his attorney, Sam Adam Jr., of making, quote, mini-closing arguments after the government's witness, Lon Monk, testified for days about his longtime friend, defendant Rod Blagojevich. Judge James Zagel called a gag order a last resort. In other news, Joseph Aramonda, a fast food restaurant owner and Glenview businessman, laid out a money scheme he almost became a part of. He told the jury convicted fundraiser Tony Resco wanted finder's fees connected to the teacher's retirement system to be put in the bank, then split among members of the infamous inner circle. We're talking about Chris Kelly, Lon Monk, and yes, Rod Blagojevich. The deal so shady, he told the court he backed out. I was uncomfortable with the whole situation. I thought it was wrong.
There's no way would I jeopardize making any story up. I told the truth. Immunity agreement, if you know about immunity agreement, the worst thing you could ever do is perjure yourself. You'd void the whole agreement. So there's no way would I ever jeopardize that.
Then IRS investigator and bank records expert agent Sherry Schindler told the court, after viewing bank accounts and tax records, she never saw any money move directly to Rod Blagojevich's bank account. All parties left the Dirksen Federal Building quietly tonight, using the next 4 days to sort out exactly how to handle the issue of a possible gag order.
The judge is giving lawyers until Monday to agree upon what can and can't be said publicly about this case while it's on trial. If they can't come to an agreement, the judge said he'll make the call. At the Dirksen Federal Building, Julie Unruh, WGN News.
John Burge will take the stand in his own defense to answer charges that he tortured suspects and lied about it. The former Chicago police commander quietly announced his plans after jurors had gone home for the day today. The judge asked if he understood he has that right not to testify. He responded yes. His lawyer says Burge will contend he was not even at Area 2 when the most infamous of the alleged abuses took place. That's when convicted cop killer Andrew Wilson said he was beaten and burned across a radiator back in 1982.
President Obama goes face-to-face with BP oil executives today, convinced the company to set aside $20 billion for the victims of the Gulf oil leak. During intense negotiations at the White House, the BP executives did agree to the fund to pay out claims to businesses and workers directly affected by the underwater leak right now. But after the meeting, it was what BP's chairman said about the people affected by the spill that overshadowed the outcome of the meeting.
He cares about the small people, and we care about the small people. I hear comments sometimes that large oil companies are greedy companies or don't care, but that is not the case in BP. We care about the small people.
3 times referencing small people. That did not do any favors to the folks in the Gulf. So the BP chairman, in a written statement tonight, said he was only trying to say BP understands how deeply the spill has affected people who live along the Gulf of Mexico and make a living from it.
The flap over placing a giant Toyota sign in the bleachers is barely behind the Cubs, but that's not stopping them from seeking new, more interesting streams of advertising revenue. WGN's Randy Bellasomo reports from the Noodle.
Hey guys, it's a large and yellow elbow-shaped pasta that premiered tonight at Wrigley Field. Its slogan is, "You know you love it," and fans are trying to figure out what it is.
What does it stand for?
It is a Major League macaroni, making its debut outside of the friendly confines, and Cubs fans seem to be taking to the noodle nicely once they figure out what it's doing here.
That's part of how cool it is, and we've seen the families and kids come by. People are crawling on it. People are standing and taking their pictures by it. It's a great family brand. It's a great Chicago company, and it's great to have them here. And people that don't know what it is are going online and Googling it. You know you love it, and it takes them directly to Kraft Mac and Cheese.
This partnership with the Kraft Company is the Cubs' new plan to rake in more revenue from Wrigley so it can preserve the park and pay the players without raising ticket prices.
Kind of made me come and want to see it.
The Cubs won't say how much they're making off this macaroni, but the display comes 1 week after the controversial installation of an illuminated Toyota sign above the left field bleachers.
As long as they keep it outside, not inside, it's fine with me.
This fan isn't offended by either ad. Her pet peeve is in the potty.
This doesn't bother me. The advertising in the bathrooms, that really bothers me for some reason. That's like private time.
But these fans say a noodle's place is on a plate, not outside of a park.
I don't like it. It looks ugly.
Very weird. It's kind of cheesy, but no pun intended with the macaroni here.
It's about the baseball, remember? Whether you think the organization has lost its noodle or not.
I think Wrigley is going to be Wrigley no matter what anybody tries to dress it up or cover it up. It'll always be Wrigley to us, our favorite place.
The pasta will be in place for the rest of the season, so don't get bent out of shape if you didn't see it tonight. Live on top of the noodle, Randy Bellasomo, WGN News.
Be careful getting down from there, Randy.
I know.
All right, well, coming up.
Thanks.
She started out by asking, where are the brakes? Thankfully, it was a joke. The flight attendant who stepped in to help land a packed plane.
And catching up with Ike the dog since his highway misadventure, checking in on his new digs in the burbs with his adoptive family.
And back in the Weather Center, Tom Skilling's got his eye on possibly more rain and what could be the hottest day of the year. Hey, Tom.
There he goes.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Mark Sapelsa, Micah Mater, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Hey, you at the computer. Want to see more Winslow? Nighty Watchman? Or WWE Divas? You ain't gonna find them there. Psst, over here. It's the new WGNAmerica.com. Trivia? Bing! Hot photos? Bang! Viral videos? Boom! Shakalaka! Give your mouse a workout and get clicking at WGNAmerica.com.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent. Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria. Be your effervescent self with Efferdent.
Hey, Bets, can I borrow a quarter? Sure. Still not dry? I'm trying to shrink them. I lost weight. Now some clothes are too big. How'd you do it? Simple stuff. Eating right. And I switched to whole grain. Whole grain.
People who eat more whole grain tend to have a healthier body weight. Multigrain Cheerios has 5 whole grains and 110 calories per serving. Multigrain Cheerios.
Try new chocolate Cheerios with a touch of delicious chocolate taste in every bite.
How about we open up a whole can of Getting It Done and get this year's colors up on the wall this year? Let's get better prices and better paint. Let's break out the drop cloths, rollers, brushes, and tape. Let's start small, then go big, no matter what the budget. And when we're done, let's take a bow. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Try Behr Premium Plus Ultra. It's paint and primer all in one and rated #1.
Good day, citizens. As we speak, Lending Tree is scanning the country for great mortgage offers.
Offer located. Refinance today before rates go up. Call 1-800-555-TREE or go to lendingtree.com.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
From a distance there, those look like toys being thrown around. Not the case, though. This freight train derailed late this afternoon in Porter County, Indiana. This is video from our Skycam 9, which shows dozens of freight cars on their sides, cracked open, piles of twisted metal there. No injuries, though. All roads in the area are closed while the tracks are cleared. A sheriff's spokesman says it does not appear there was any dangerous cargo, but hazmat teams were on standby.
Spirit Airlines reached a deal with its pilots to end the strike. The airline has been grounded since the pilots walked out Saturday in a pay dispute. Union leadership has unanimously recommended the new contract. Spirit will start flying again on Friday.
A flight attendant took control literally to help land a plane at O'Hare Airport Monday, about 2 hours out of Chicago. The pilot got sick with the stomach flu. There were no other off-duty pilots on board, so the captain asked flight attendant Patty DeLuna to help. Luckily, DeLuna got her commercial pilot's license 30 years ago, but before yesterday, she hadn't flown in 20 years. She spent an hour and a half in the cockpit, even slipped into the pilot's seat at one point.
I asked a lot of questions, and he, and I said, well, what do you, if worst came to worst, what would you want me to do? And the first officer was right behind me, as sick as he was, that he would have been able to give me some direction, too, if need be.
And DeLuna helped the pilot watch for air traffic and listen for instructions from the control tower. She did say, yeah, it was a lot more fun than serving food in the galley.
Well, you're about to see Ike. You know him as the daring pit bull who survived 2 days on the Ike this past April. He's off the highway, brand new home, thanks to a foster family. There you go. The owners say they followed Ike's story as they tried as hard as they could to adopt him. Now safe and sound with his new owners. Couldn't be happier to have him.
He's a great dog. To have been out there running around on the expressway, it's a miracle. I watched the video and I just can't believe that he's here.
We're really glad that we have him. We're really glad.
Ike's new owners are taking a precautionary step here to make sure he doesn't get lost again. Now there's a microchip inside him, which is for locating him at all times, just in case he finds the highway again.
You got to keep your eye on him.
Got that right. Coming up, warmer weather. That is where we're headed. Could be wet as well later. Tom Skilling's forecast. A lot of surprises in the coming week.
And what a day at work for Dean Richards. He's being driven around in a foreign country by some of Hollywood's hottest stars.
I will not add an entire wing to my house.
I will simply fix the leaky faucet in the guest bathroom.
I will not build the Great Wall of China around my patio.
I will not spend my weekends covered in drywall dust.
I will go to Ace.
And I will get it done.
And then I will do Pilates.
Get in, get help, get on with your life. Right now, get the Craftsman Auto Hammer or multi-tool for just $99.99 each and get a full rebate on a Craftsman 104-piece mechanics tool set for $49.99 at Ace, the helpful place.
Feeling back pain? Dr. Scholl's Back Pain Relief Orthotics with shock guard technology give you immediate relief that lasts all day long. Dr. Scholl's pain relief is a step away.
Today's the day you went from dude to dad, and you want everyone you know to see. So here's your moment of truth. Which 3G network would you trust to upload your very first shots to PhotoBucket?
Hey, look.
When you want your 3G network to work,
What's your email?
you want Verizon. Come to Verizon to get great offers for Father's Day, like the LG Cosmos, the Samsung Reality, or the Gateway LT for $29.99. Only at Verizon.
You really don't think about the cost of office supplies until it's your office. Well, when you buy all these items at Walmart, you'll save 30% or more versus the national office superstores. So you can take care of business.
Can I have some more paper?
Or whatever comes up for a whole lot less.
Thanks.
With thousands of rollbacks, it's rollback time. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Mom, thanks for the amazing pie. And thanks for having such exquisite taste.
Give the Cool Whip. Get the love.
I've had students who opened up their own business. I've had students who got a better job or they get a better position within their company. It's just amazing seeing them finally achieve that initial goal that they had. That's my job as advisor. That's what I've been doing. And I've become addicted to making a change in people's life. My name is Shaima Tavako, and I am a Phoenix.
White Sox Pirates, Thursday, 7 East, 4 West on WGN America.
It felt hot and humid today, but it's going to get even hotter, huh?
It is indeed. And in fact, tomorrow we may get just a touch of air conditioning with a little lake breeze, but we're talking low 90s on Friday, and if that verifies, that'd be the hottest in a year.
Wow.
And that's something, and it's not the last of the 90s we see coming in here. Quite interesting, you know, out in the equatorial Pacific, we have the fastest demise of an El Nino, that's the warming of the equatorial Pacific, underway in almost 12 years, and that has summer weather implications. We checked, we're going right into a La Nina. That's a cool phase out there, and that tends to lead to hot summers. 11 of 14 years with La Ninas have had hotter than normal summers with an average of 28 90s around here. So quite interesting. But I'll tell you, we did not have 90s today, nor did we have flooding rains as we did last night. Instead, these gorgeous cumulus clouds that are fading in the coolness of the night, and a gentle wind is replacing the 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts that occurred at parts of the area today. It's 71 at O'Hare, 73 at Midway. Here you see a plot of the temperatures across the metro area, in some areas down in the low 60s, and you can see the dew points right here down in the low and mid 60s at many locations. When you touch that dew point, you can get some fog to form, and there may be a patch or two of ground fog in some of the cooler outlying areas away from the city and the lake. Gorgeous day in Fox Lake, but in Junction City, Kansas, just one of many areas that hit by big storms today. Look at Tecumseh, Kansas right here, and wow, big thunderstorms in that area. More than 130 severe weather reports logged with the Storm Prediction Center, and look at some of these rainfalls and the wind gusts, like the 56-mile-per-hour gust at Fort Riley, Kansas. Other gusts included 62 miles an hour at Topeka. Lawrence, Kansas had 57-mile-per-hour gusts. We mentioned that because right about here is the demarcation line between today's reduced humidity air and the muggy air within which those storms are flourishing tonight. And that warm air is part of a hot air dome that's expanding northward and likely to make itself more and more felt in the next couple of days. See, there are the little storms that come out of the plain states, while bigger storms are developing on the high plains at this hour, and there are some pretty good rains in the northwestern sections of the country. Severe weather kind of rims this little lobe of cooler, drier air that came into Chicago today. And look at the advisories for wind in the blue areas, thunderstorm and tornado watches out in the plains, and wind advisories east to Minnesota, frost and freeze advisories tonight. They're out in parts of Nevada. Even as blazing heat grips much of the south and sets in motion this thunderstorm setup that we'll see from time to time affecting our area. Next, perhaps tomorrow night as a warm front comes through, a better chance later Friday. Thunderstorms roaming Missouri tonight. Look at these out in South Dakota where they've had some pretty active rains. And these things are tracking eastward, right along the jet stream. As the hot air dome expands north, the jet stream that rims it will set up these clusters of storms from time to time. Here's the heat, 93 at Nashville today, 89 at both Omaha and St. Louis, 92 at Oklahoma City, and 98 today in Dallas. That air mass is expanding northward, and you can tell that not only as you look at the temperatures at the moment, but also the change in temperatures where they increase, and they've done so over a wide area of the plain states. That's where the air mass is literally expanding and increasing its aerial coverage. North winds at 6. The humidity is 66%. Dew point 60. That's fairly comfortable to be up in the 70s in days to come. And mold spores high today. See the muggy air right here? That's northbound. You'll really notice that as this jet stream starts pumping up a big dome of warmth here. And notice how we sit right on the edge of that jet. That will be the case pretty much the next 2 weeks. So what happens is you get these storm clusters like those that raked across Kansas and Missouri to come in every now and then. Won't be all the time. And it certainly won't be tomorrow. We'll have a light east to southeast wind, lots of sunshine, these cottony fair weather clouds, and then more serious southerly winds come in tomorrow night and Friday. They tap the moisture that could send a band of thunderstorms through here late tomorrow night or very early Friday. And then we'll get some new storms to form on a little bit of a cool front that will come at us Friday night and Saturday. We're even outlook for severe weather at that time by the Storm Prediction Center. But no rain tomorrow. We're in a little hole here in the rain. We'll watch the storms to the north and west that'll be getting in here by the time we get to Friday, as we say, and maybe 1 or 2 tomorrow night. And then we have 90s, not only Friday but Saturday, a brief cool down on Sunday, but only to the mid-80s, and then back to the 90s again next week. And if thunderstorms were to remain kind of subdued next week, we could even see some mid-90s, but stay tuned on that. These thunderstorms are the great air conditioners in the atmosphere, and they may actually act to keep the temperatures from getting out of control, just hot instead of really hot. Scattered clouds tonight, seasonable temperatures. Periods of calm could allow a fog patch in surrounding areas, low 63, and winds calm at times later tonight. Sun and puffy fair weather clouds tomorrow. Moderate humidity and light lake breezes from the east in the afternoon. High 86, but 80 at the beaches. 68 tomorrow night, perhaps a warm frontal thunderstorm in spots late. We think aerial coverage on that will only be 20 or 30% of the area. Then it's blast furnace time. Friday we get up to 93, at least by recent standards. And that would be the hottest temperature since last June. And we could have a heat index of 99 to 105 with that afternoon heat. So it's pretty warm. There'll be some air conditioners humming there. Oh, and we want to show you the 7-day forecast too, which includes another 90 on Saturday, an 85 Sunday, still moderately humid, and a lake breeze means more like 80 at the beaches on Sunday. But Monday, 89, few thunderstorms, and 90s could be back Tuesday, Wednesday next week. More 90s in that 7-day outlook, Mark and Lourdes, than we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I know.
I just noticed today I still have my scarf and my snow hat on my desk. Go figure.
You are just prepared for everything. I'll tell you something. Well,
Mid-90s.
You know, figure 6 o'clock in the morning, a little after that on Monday, it's officially summer around here.
We're at it. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, guys.
But we're going to find an entertainment reporter burning rubber with the stars.
Yeah, our Dean Richards goes stunt driving with Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise.
Right today.
It balances you. It fills you with energy. And it gives you what you're looking for to live a more natural life in a convenient 2-bar pack. This is Nature Valley. Delicious granola bars made with 100% natural ingredients. Nature Valley, 100% natural, 100% delicious.
Kmart presents Kenny Chesney's Summer in 3D. Now on DVD and Blu-ray, exclusively at Kmart. See it on this Panasonic HD TV, now just $519.99.
They're smart, and there's Kmart Smart.
Feeling back pain? Dr. Scholl's Back Pain Relief Orthotics with shock guard technology give you immediate relief that lasts all day long. Dr. Scholl's pain relief is a step away.
How about we open up a whole can of Getting It Done and get this year's colors up on the wall this year? Let's get better prices and better paint. Let's break out the drop cloths, rollers, brushes, and tape. Let's start small, then go big, no matter what the budget. And when we're done, let's take a bow. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Try Behr Premium Plus Ultra. It's paint and primer all in one and rated #1.
Where do denture wearers get the confidence to be their effervescent selves? From Efferdent. Efferdent's powerful effervescence cleans dentures even in hard-to-reach places and kills odor-causing bacteria. Efferdent. And try zinc-free Effergrip adhesive.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
The Transformers will be storming into Chicago this summer. Parts of Transformers 3 will be filmed downtown between July 10th and August 19th. Mayor Daley said the filming of the sci-fi action thriller will blast $20 million into the local economy and create about 200 jobs. It will also offer 10 internships, listen to this, high school students on the south and west sides.
We're pleased to have them here, and it's a competitive market. You know, other states are doing other cities, but we think we have really a good workforce, and we think we have the beauty, the skyline.
The mayor also warned the filming will mean loud noises, also some road closures, so he's asked people to be a little patient. Transformers 3 expected to hit theaters in just more than a year.
Speaking of loud noises and road closures, you're going to wish you were Dean Richards today.
How about it? Take a look at where the world of entertainment reporting has taken him this week.
Hey, our European adventure continues. We were in Salzburg, Austria yesterday, following around Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise for their new movie, Night and Day. And today we are in Plaza del Triunfo in Seville, Spain. We're going to get another example of some of the stunts that they did in the movie. And my very capable driver today, Cameron Diaz.
How's it going?
It's going very well. No, so what we are going to experience here today is similar to what you did in the movie?
Yeah, this is in a different location, but the 180 on the turn. It's a different car, different location, but the thrill of it is the same.
Yeah, now before I actually get in the car with you,
Yes.
Did you have any training with this
I
at all?
have some training.
Yeah.
I do. Don't worry, I've been doing this for many years.
Many years, really?
Yeah.
On the freeways?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On the freeways of California.
Yeah. Well, I feel very comfortable because I'm thinking this might be very similar to being a day on the Dan Ryan Expressway back home.
Yes, I'll go easy on it.
Go for it. That's good. Hands at 10 and 2 the whole time, I noticed. Very nice, very safe. Good job with that. That is kind of cool. Love that. Very nice job. Very nice job. That's awesome.
Way to go, girl.
Tom, how you doing?
Good, man. Nicely done.
Good to see you.
Great seeing you.
Good to see you. So, I mean, this is too much fun. What we're experiencing here today is pretty similar to what you did in the movie.
Yeah, some of these we drove through here. Sometimes a little higher speeds. Why not? Keep in the seats. Okay, man. Keep in the seat. See if you catch this time, right? The goal is to take him down. Yeah. And you got to take me down.
Yeah. Get him.
Okay.
Here we go. Boom. This is amazing. Wow. You were this close to him at one point.
We almost had him.
That is amazing. Fantastic job. Thank you so much.
We almost had him. Almost got me.
He was this close to you.
I know.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you. It's great to see you. Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you for joining
us. That was awesome. We'll have more about Night and Day opening on June the 23rd. Dean Richards, WGN News.
Wow. Perfect.
Wow.
I'm just impressed he didn't throw up on any movie stars. I mean, he looked like he was...
I would have been nervous just saying hello to Tom Cruise, really. I didn't need the ride.
Right.
All right, so Dean is spending some time in Europe, but you know what he's going to get to miss? He's going to miss the Stanley Cup, which is coming right here to the old number 9.
If you've had your fill of the cup, how about tuning in tomorrow morning, WGN Morning News at 6 a.m. to watch our morning crew go gaga over the cup. We'll also be rebroadcasting our coverage of the Blackhawks parade and rally this Saturday on CLTV at 7 o'clock, 9 p.m. on the NHL network. So don't forget, 6 a.m. cup right here. Coming up, White Sox running rings around the Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh.
And here tomorrow morning, up next, Dan Roan shows us where the Stanley Cup spent part of the day today.
How about we open up a whole can of getting it done and get this year's colors up on the wall this year? Let's get better prices and better paint. Let's break out the drop cloths, rollers, brushes, and tape. Let's start small, then go big, no matter what the budget. And when we're done, let's take a bow. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Try Behr Premium Plus Ultra. It's paint and primer all in one and rated #1.